Yeah, say Look, it's gold roses in my bathtub. Water hot, extra salt with some essential rubs. It's gold roses on my floor too. I walk out, might as well paint my floor blue. It's gold roses in my bedroom. Bandanas hanging down, that's my red room. It's gold roses in my kitchen too. Everything I cook is vegan, ain't no chicken soup. Look, I write my goals and follow through, cause that's my focus. I mean my goals halfway, cause that's the local. If that shit destroy my peace, I don't care what that is. Grab a lighter, burn some sage, I don't know what that is. It's all good, keep it moving, keep that vibe right. Make sure you meditate to keep that mind right. Burn some sage, keep it moving, keep that vibe right. Make sure you meditate to keep that mind right. It's gold roses in my bathtub. Water hot, extra salt with some essential rubs. It's gold roses on my floor too. I walk out, you might as well paint my floor blue. It's gold roses in my bedroom. Bandanas hanging down, that's my red room. It's gold roses in my kitchen too. Everything I cook is vegan, ain't no chicken soup. All my niggas breathe in, all my niggas breathe out. Hey, burn some, hey, matter of fact, hey, burn some Palo Santo, huh? Look, hey, take a break and smell the flowers while you still can. Better tell your folks you love them while you still can. It's gold roses in my blunt when I smoke too. Spiritual practice with these songs make me float too. These next 3 days I ain't eating, see I'm fasting. Feeling closer to my God, I got passion. See, I used to carry hate, but I got past it. So much pain up in my heart, it had me lashing. Rosemary on my temples, help with migraines. It's an honor being of service, that's on my name. A God amongst men, you can't touch me now. Controlling all my urges, you can't fuck me now. It's gold roses in my bathtub. Water hot, extra salt with some essential rubs. It's gold roses on my floor too. I walk out, they might as well paint my floor blue. It's gold roses in my bedroom. Bandanas hanging down, that's my red room. It's gold roses in my kitchen too. Everything I cook is vegan, ain't no chicken soup. A God amongst men, you can't touch me now. Controlling all my urges, you can't fuck me now. A God amongst men, you can't touch me now. Controlling all my urges, you can't fuck me now. Grand. Come on, y'all, dive in. Come on, tap in. You know what I'm saying? Tap in. We back with another community gathering. We know we're gonna vibe out real quick. We're gonna vibe out. Let everybody come on in. Get your oodles and noodles. You feel me? Get your oodles and noodles. Go ahead and roll up if you finna roll up. Get your tea, get your waters, get your fruit juices, you know. Don't get right, man. Look. Yeah. My bitches that's a ride. My bitches that's a ride. My bitches that's a ride. My bitches that's See, lately I've been protecting my peace. I went to the land of Pineal, I've been protecting my seat. Even though I talk to spirits, I still come from the streets. A big stepper, still a gangster, I'm protecting my feet. I've been meditating, doing shadow work, I'm feeling some shit. I've been trying to open my heart shot, bro, I'm feeling some shit. Yeah, I'm vibrating high, but I still beat your ass. And I don't really talk too much, but I teach your class. Yeah, and I still ride for my people. When I speak, I shake the room, I got some shit I can teach you. We don't vibrate the same, but I still pray I can reach you. A lost soul up in your eyes, just don't let it defeat you. 7 days within my fast, I'm on some emotional shit. I ain't even go outside, fuck the social shit. A lot of forces that I'm feeling, yeah, I'm controlling this shit. Yeah, I'm facing all my fears, yeah, I'm approaching this shit. Yeah. My ambitions, that's a ride. My ambitions, that's a ride. My ambitions, that's a ride. My ambitions, that's a. See, lately I've been protecting my peace. Went to the land of Pineal, I've been protecting my seat. Even though I talk to spirits, I still come from the streets. A big stepper, still a gangster, I'm protecting my feet. I'm protecting my feet, yeah. I'm protecting my feet. A big stepper, still a gangster, I'm protecting my feet. Even though I talk to spirits, I still come from the streets. Yeah. Even though I talk to spirits, I still come from the streets. A big stepper, still a gangster, I'm protecting my feet. What do you say? I say, I've been meditating, doing shadow work. I'm feeling some shit. I've been trying to open my mind. Listen, man, y'all know we vibing out, man. We vibing out, y'all. We vibing out. Let everybody come on in. It's the last song. We gonna vibe out, do our thing. I'm feeling close to the God. I'm feeling close to the God. Look, I'm feeling close to the me. I wake up and burn my sage in the morning. I sit back and close my eyes and feel the energy flowing. I turn vegan, yeah, I changed my diet. I enjoy my pork and beans, but it was too many dying. I started reading too. I started learning truth. Understand a lot of shit I learned, it wasn't true. I started wanting land, tilling the flowers. I started setting some intentions before I hop in the shower. I'm feeling close to the God. I'm feeling close to the God. I'm feeling close to the God. Look, I'm feeling close to the me. I started meditating. I started finding peace. I stopped believing in the sky. Started believing me. I don't really smoke weed. See, I smoke herbs now. Chamomile and lavender, so calm your nerves now. I started healing trauma. You know, like shadow work. Ain't really had much growing up, so yeah, I did some dirt. But you see, I still forgive myself. I had to look up in the mirror. I had to heal myself. I had to understand. My thoughts were powerful, nigga. I made sure I spoke my goals like every hourly, nigga. See, at this moment now, I don't chase, I attract. What belongs to me will find me as long as I stay on track. I'm feeling close to the God. I'm feeling close to the God. I'm feeling close to the God. Look, I'm feeling close to the meat, creating wealth for these generations. I'ma speak the truth, I'ma touch their heart, you can feel my penetration. I'ma make sure they remember this name. Even though I fully healed, I'ma still remember the pain. But it's okay though, I'm a god, bro. Energy can't be destroyed, I'm alive, bro. Now I understand, what you focus on, grow big. I focused on getting a million, and I damn sure did. Now just focus, bro. Just focus, bro. Your life is your state of mind. Keep hoping, bro. Now just focus, bro. Keep focused, bro. Your life is your state of mind. Keep hoping, bro. I'm feeling closer to God. I'm feeling closer to God. I'm feeling closer to God. I am that. I've been that. And day by day, I'm gonna get closer to that. And I'm gonna forever be that. As I think it, as I speak it, as I write it, so it shall be. I am. Divine. What's poppin', y'all? What's poppin', man? I pray all is well with you all. Welcome back to another community gathering. If this is your first time in a community gathering, welcome. We welcome you with open arms. We do, of course, like to implement and let you all know that this is a safe space to speak, to be open, to be vulnerable. Again, welcome to the community gathering. We welcome you. If you have any questions, please put the questions in the question box. If you want to join me on the live, please feel free to request a video, and we can talk, have a dialogue. We could build, on anything. So please request a video. If you want to join in, if you got any questions, please put the question in the question box. But beyond that, how everybody is feeling. How everybody's feeling, man. Everybody good? So I know some of y'all may be like, dang, we having them on Tuesdays now. But however, like I explained last week, I'm gonna do my best to do every Tuesday, right? It's going to be pretty much about y'all, all the questions and answers, a lot of questions that I'm not able to, that I haven't probably been able to get to with the regular community gatherings or whatever the case may be. And then Wednesdays, we'll go back to regular programming as far as, the Wednesday community gathering. We have our topic, then I open up for the community. But yeah, I pray all is well, man. I pray all is well with you all. How everybody feeling though, real quick? How everybody feeling? Talk to me, man. What's up? What y'all talking about? I don't think he be reading all the comments. I filtered a little on my fast. I falter a little on my fast, but I'm more self-aware. Hey, listen, Tay, please overstand, and understand that, baby, the journey is the destination. So it is okay. It's okay. We a lot of times, we look at us falling short or whatever the case may be as a mistake, or, something to look down upon. However, you have to understand that is the exact thing that makes you perfect, right? I know a lot of people, they believe into the, I'm not perfect thing because I make mistakes, but you have to understand that is what makes you perfect. Right. That by making mistakes is how you gain wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom comes with experience. So if you never experienced anything, if you've never have made any mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Then how can you have any
any wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Let alone being able to be in a space to take accountability, because there's a lot of people today that don't know how to take accountability, let alone that refuses to take accountability. You know what I mean? So once you even reach that peak of, taking full ability of your actions, right? And then and now moving forward, you know what I'm saying? You're changing, whatever you may not like or whatever the case may be, but you have to also understand that which you are not changing, you're choosing, right? So everything is a choice at the end of the day, right? So, so let me see. I'm feeling blessed and highly favored. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me see. I've been stressed out in Scorpio season, but divine intervention is divine protection. Boom. It's bittersweet and my energy has been low, but day by day I'm getting back to self, to light. That's amazing. I just want you to know, Jada, that you have to understand that, there's this saying that you can't fully enjoy pain. I mean, you can't fully enjoy something that feels good, right? If you've never felt pain. You feel what I'm saying? So again, that also goes back to just understanding that the journey is the destination. I know you said that but day by day I'm getting back to self. But you have to understand that shadow side that you're growing through, I don't like to say going through, but that shadow side that you're growing through, that's yourself. You have to we got to start getting in the space of embracing that shadow side. You know what I'm saying? We have to start getting in a space of, loving that shadow side and not just necessarily neglecting it because of society standards or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So you going through the journey, you know what I'm saying? So when you going through the journey, and feeling like, you're not yourself or whatever the case may be, that is the complete opposite. You know what I mean? That's yourself, man. Embrace that shadow, man. Embrace the journey. But I am proud of you, though. I'm proud of you, man. Continue growing through it. Continue going through it, man. But yeah, so I ain't gonna take too much time, y'all, because like I said, tonight is about y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all may have a lot of questions, a lot of concerns. I know some people may want to join the live. Again, if this is your first time in the live, in the community gathering, welcome. We welcome you with open arms. Please know that this is a safe space to speak, to have a dialogue, and to build about any and everything. And again, if you have any questions, concerns, put the questions and put the questions in the question box. And if you want to join on the live as far as video, please request a video. So for those that know, I like to start off with the sound bowl meditation, right? So we're going to start off with the sound bowl meditation. For those that don't know, again, if this is your first time, we like to start off with the sound bowl meditation. This sound bowl is tuned to the third eye, right? So this is about 30 seconds to a minute. You know what I'm saying? Again, if you have any questions, please put the questions in the question box. So this meditation going to be about 30 seconds to a minute. While we're doing this meditation, you want to be mindful of how you breathing, right? We want to breathe in our nose and out of our nose only, right? We want to make sure that we're breathing deep within the abdomen. We want to make sure that we're filling the abdomen up first before we fill in that chest. The reason why is because when we start mindful breathing, we will really understand that most of us, we breathe mostly just through the chest. And we're not breathing through the abdomen, which limits us, not utilizing the full capacity of our lungs. So that is what we're going to do, right? And then we're going to jump into prayer. And then we're going to jump into all the questions, all the concerns. Anybody that want to join me on the live, man, please feel free to request. All right, so let's start, man. I would like to give honor and thanks to the powers that be that have put me in a position to obtain knowledge, to not just obtain the knowledge that I have, but also be able to convert this knowledge into wisdom, to not only be able to teach myself, but the people, places, and things around me. I send that same energy out to every being that's on this live, to every being that's in this community, to be able to obtain the knowledge that may be spoken tonight, to not just be able to obtain the knowledge, but convert that knowledge into wisdom, to be able to not only teach themselves, but the people, places, and things around them. I also like to send health, wealth, peace, success, unlimited happiness to every being that's on this live. I also want to give honor and thanks to every being that's on this live, because I understand, overstand, and understand that without the community, there is no community. I also pray that every vibration, every frequency, every voice, and every word spoken tonight speaks on the same vibration of life, love, power, and most importantly, truth. I give honor and thanks and speak life and power into the powers that be. Ashe, Asheyo, Aman, Amen, Hare Krishna, and all of the above that you shall subscribe to. All right, we back, baby. We back. Community gathering, man. Like I always say, I give honor and thanks to each and every last one of y'all, because without, and I mean without the community, there is no community. So I give honor and thanks, and I just truly appreciate each and every last one of y'all for being a part of the community. So again, if this is your first time in the community gathering, if you have any questions, please put the questions in the question box. If you want to join me on the live, please feel free to request a video, and we can build. Like I said earlier, tonight it's all about y'all. You know, tonight I'm a try to do this every Tuesday. Every Tuesday we're gonna be doing nothing but questions. We're gonna be doing nothing but answers. Building, you know, any and every dialogue that we could, or anything that, you know, that manifests on the community gathering. I see a few questions. I see one person that want to join. However, real quick, you know, check in with me, y'all. How are y'all feeling? How are y'all doing? You know, how has your experience, you know, this week, for lack of better words, has been so far? You know, I know it's only Tuesday. You know, does anybody celebrate Thanksgiving? If so, are y'all looking forward to Thanksgiving? Are y'all looking forward to, I would like to just call it Family Day. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, these holidays, you know, bring the family together. So I like to call them Family Day. So are y'all excited for the Family Day that's coming up next week? Can't complain, won't complain. Amazing, for sure. I am well, King. How are you? I am doing amazing. I'm doing very well. I'm doing well. Watching your videos on YouTube has helped me to feel more in touch with my spirit. That's amazing. It's gratitude. I'm honored to be able to do that. I'm feeling goofy and shy. For sure. Let that shit out. Shit. I feel good, God. How do you feel? I feel amazing. I feel amazing, man. We call it a day of honoring ancestors. I like that right there. I like that perspective. A day of honoring ancestors. I love that. I'm breaking bread with my mom after her mom passed, and my grandmother. Gratitude. My heart go out to your situation, Sister Gemini. My heart go out to your situation, man. You know, I know how, you know, even just being in this realm, you know, and having people transition, you know, how difficult it could be, even with the you know, the esoteric knowledge of, you know, with us, you know, death is nothing but an illusion, and et cetera, et cetera. However, you know, we still feel those emotions, you know, because we're in this 3D realm, you know what I mean? So again, you know, my condolences and my heart go out to your situation. What is your YouTube name? So I got two YouTube. Well, I got multiple YouTubes, but my cooking YouTube is Cooking with a Blood. My music YouTube is Tone Levels. And, you know, my general knowledge YouTube is The Blood That Heals. So you can find me. Feeling very blessed. You're a force in our community of people. Thank you for what you do. It's gratitude. Thank you, Courtney. I truly appreciate you for being a part of the community. Without the community, there is no community. Feeling a little down, but pushing through. That's okay. Hey, you know what I can say? Beautiful Cinnamon. is that I can hear that you're allowing yourself to feel that way. And that's powerful. That's beautiful. You know, a lot of times, you know, we get it. We feel these certain emotions and we go through, and I don't, you know, not go through. I like to say grow through. We grow through certain emotions. Yet, you know, it's not growth because a lot of individuals, they don't allow themselves to feel those emotions because, of course, you know, society standards, the programming, etc. But I hear what you saying, feeling a little down, but pushing through. That's you allowing yourself to feel that. And that is amazing. That is beautiful. You know, that is the only way you can grow, is allowing yourself to feel however you may feel, address it, and still keep going. So that's beautiful. I'm proud of you. It takes a strong, actually, it takes a stronger individual to actually feel those emotions and allow the emotions than, you know, rejecting the emotions and then trying to suppress them. And that's something that I had to learn as a man, you know, hence, which is why I journal a lot. You know what I mean? Shadow work and, you know, expressing myself through journaling. You know what I mean? Like allowing yourself to feel certain emotions, man. That's the only way you can grow and start really addressing a lot of things. So again, beautiful cinnamon. That is amazing. I'm proud of you. No Thanksgiving over here. Indigenous people mourn that day, so I will not celebrate the meal before the massacre. Phew. I hear that. I hear fucking that. Let me see. What dimension do you like to operate in the most? I wouldn't say the dimension that I like operating in the most. What I will say is that I utilize this 3D dimension to be able to create the freedom and the time. Well, I'm not going to say necessarily freedom, but to create the time to actually, the time and the space to operate in other dimensions, right? So it's sort of like the ancient scripts say, you know, when I was amongst the Jews, I became a Jew. When I was amongst the Gentiles, I became a Gentile. So with me being in this 3D realm, of course, I have to be a part of it, right? Well, and I'm not going to say be a part of it, but at least operate in it, right? So I can utilize this 3D realm, you know, of course, when we broaden our perspective, because I know it's some people that's in this community that just like, they're just like, man, fuck this 3D realm. You feel me? And I feel you 100%. You know what I mean? However, let's change the vibration of the perspective, right? Once we start utilizing this 3D realm to create the time and the space to be able to now operate in other dimensions, you know what I'm saying? You know, that I feel like that's where true, I wouldn't say freedom, but, you know, just being, you know what I'm saying? True being is, you know, so I pray I answered your question. Yes, lost a lot of people this year. Will hit different, but I'm pushing through to make them ancestors proud for sure. That's beautiful. So wait, that was you on that song you was playing? Yes, every song that I played, that was me. Every song that I play is me. I'm learning patience with my husband, high school sweetheart, doing therapy. Yeah, forever grateful. That's amazing. That's amazing. Congratulations. My heart go out to you and your husband, your entire relationship, your entire connection. That's amazing. Doing the work so y'all can continue growing through it, man. Let me see. I feel this is a time to focus on me. I'm going to get to y'all questions, y'all. I'm just reading the comments real quick. I got y'all. I see the questions. I feel this is a time to focus on me. I don't really celebrate the holiday based off its history, but I take advantage of the opportunity to spend time with family. Yeah, that's how I feel. You know, I don't necessarily, I wouldn't say I necessarily celebrate holidays, but, you know, I will say that, you know, beyond me, you know what I'm saying, within my family, because, you know, I mean, shit, I'm sure we majority of us have, you know, experienced that, you know, we the ones that, I guess you can say, in a sense, try to wake our family up or make our family aware, but they just, you know, go in one ear and out the other. So, you know, I'm sure, you know, most of us have those family members, but yet, you know, those family members celebrate certain things and then, you know, all the family get together, you know, so that's why I call it Family Day. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't necessarily say I celebrate it either. You know what I'm saying? Especially due to the history. However, you know, it is, through the programming, right, it is a great opportunity to, you know, connect with family. Because my thing as well is more so like, hey man, we should, you know, I feel like we should at least get to a point, you know, where we come together, you know, beyond these holidays. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that, man. I feel that. All right, y'all. Let's jump into these questions, man. I see a nice amount of questions. Let's see. Let's jump into these questions, man. Somebody asked, do you have an altar? I most definitely have an altar. First and foremost, I would say that my entire house is an altar, right? My entire house is an altar, and my body is my altar, right? So I got two altars. I got more than my two main altars, right? It's first my body, of course, right? And then my house. And of course I do have specific altars, you know, throughout my house. You know, one of my main altars, you know, is for my ancestors. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm definitely into that, you know, preparing food, you know, drinks and water and to, you know, the elements of the earth, praying, you know, doing ancestral work and things like that. So yeah, I most definitely have an altar for sure, a specific altar. Let's see. Can you do a video on the stages of what a baby, toddler, and etc. eats and drink? Can you do a video on the stages of what a baby and toddler eat and drink? I'm not understanding that question. Are you talking about changing the diet of you know? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to actually answer that question. You know what I'm saying? But you know. So yeah, so again, y'all, you know, tonight is all about the questions and answers with the community. And then tomorrow we're going to go back with regular programming, you know, with the specific topics that I like to speak on. And then we're going to open up for the community. So we just diving into the questions. Like I said, if this is your first time, again, if this is your first time in the community gathering, welcome. We welcome you with open arms. This is a safe space to speak, a safe space to be open and to build. If you want to join me on the live, please feel free to request a video and we can build. You know what I'm saying? We can build, y'all. So let me see. Let's jump into these questions. We got a few people that want to join me on the live as well. Let's jump into some questions real quick. Let's see. How do I deal with a friend with no goals or ambitions? I honestly don't want to be around it at all. So my question to you is, first, have you ever attempted to impute certain things to your friend as far as, you know, changing the lifestyle or, you know, becoming more aware of, you know, his or her lifestyle? That's first things first, right? Another thing is, you know, I'm sure you don't want to deal with it. But, you know, of course, we all have to be in a space of, you know, you cannot want more for somebody that don't want more for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel like you have to remove yourself from the situation, then you remove yourself from the situation. You feel what I'm saying? That's my whole ordeal, because you know, it's only two things that's going to happen when you have an individual that's not resonating with your frequency or vibration. It's either you're going to lower your frequency and your vibration to continue to try to push them further, right? And or you know, they're going to, you know, up their frequency and vibration to resonate with yours. It's only two things that can happen. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, the third and last thing that can happen is you all just pretty much separating, or you loving that friend from a distance and letting them grow through whatever, you know, that you got to grow through. Because my thing is this, right? A lot of times, you know, and I believe, you know, we speak about this a lot, you know what I'm saying? As far as even with all relationships, you know what I'm saying? Rather it's, you know, platonic or, you know, whatever. We have to get in a space of stop falling in love or stop just keeping people around based off potential, right? Because potential is not going to get anybody anywhere. Yes, you have the potential to be great, but are you going to put in the work to be great? It's sort of like knowledge and wisdom, right? See, I can read and gain knowledge all day, but wisdom comes in when I apply that knowledge. Wisdom comes in, you know what I mean? Wisdom comes in when I apply the knowledge. You feel what I'm saying? So it's pretty much, when it comes back to potential, it's like, okay, yeah, I can accept you, right, based off potential because I see you in chapter 53. However, right now you in chapter 6. Right. So, right, we have to make the conscious choice and the conscious decision to, to continue to surround ourselves around these individuals or separate ourselves and let them grow through, their journey. You know what I mean? Because also, we'll get, we'll get in the pattern of, just keeping individuals around. You know what I'm saying? Just for the hell of it. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, if you feel like you need to remove yourself from a situation, I definitely, suggest you do so because that's also your environment. You know what I'm saying? I know, most people say, I can do this, that, and the third, but I won't become it. But, that's completely false. Whatever you consume, whatever you are around, your people, places, and things. Right? Your people, places, and things, they control your perception. And your perception is what controls your life. Right? Well, necessarily, Lord, let me reiterate this. The people, places, and things, your environment, your community controls your subconscious mind. Right? Your subconscious mind controls your conscious mind. Your conscious mind controls your thoughts. Your thoughts then control your emotions. Your emotions then control your actions. Your actions control your reality. See how all that shit just boiled down? It's very powerful. So again, if you feel that you need to remove yourself and if you already tried or attempted to, get your friend to resonate on your frequency and or past your frequency and, there's not, they're not resonating, then yeah, please do. You know what I'm saying? Please do. Please do. Let them go, man. That's another thing as well, man. We also got to get in the space of letting go, learning how to let go. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to understand that we are connected to everything yet attached to nothing. That which you desire desires you, right? What's for you won't miss you. And what's truly yours will never leave. So, yeah, I pray I answered your question. How does getting a consultation confirmed with you work? I booked an appointment with you last week, yet I'm still awaiting for you to accept the payment from PayPal. Please shed some light on that, King. Who is that? Enchanting Mommy. I don't necessarily have to accept your appointment. What happens is once you book the consultation, it should automatically go through, and I should be able to see you on my schedule. So if you book a consultation and it took your money, please, and and we haven't had a consultation, please email me. Because, I don't know if I may have missed that. If I did, please forgive me. You know what I'm saying? Please forgive me if I missed that. But if you book a consultation, it should be on my schedule. And then we have a consultation. So email me, you know what I'm saying? So we can dive deep on that. Because it's no process to booking a consultation. All you got to do is book it, especially if it say I'm free. Yeah. What herbs do I need to take to prep myself for a juice fast? So one thing that I suggest when it comes to prepping for your juice fast is, doing a light all body cleanse, right? A full body cleanse. So, cleansing the digestive system, the lymphatic system, the kidneys, what else I said? The gut, the blood. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give y'all a few herbs that I use, when I prepare my body for my 7-day fast or 3-day fast, whatever you're doing. I use Jamaican sarsaparilla. I use burdock root. I use cloves. I use black walnut hulls. I use neem. I use chaparral, chamomile. I use elderberries. What else do I use? I use some more. I said Jamaican sarsaparilla. Damn. I use parsley leaf, plantain leaf. It's about at least 15 herbs that I use, you know, for my cleanse before I do my fast. So, you know, those few herbs definitely, those few herbs is definitely something that, you know what I mean. Let's see, my super mover 1 and 2 and kidney filtration on the way. I'm so excited. Fire. I love it. What herbs do you recommend for period cramps? Oh, what? You got, what's that? You got Damiana, right? You got red clover blossoms, right? You have spearmint is very good for cramps. What else I got? Macaroot. You got macaroot. When I said Damiana, you have, I said Damiana. Damn, those the four groups. Those the four, red raspberry. That's right. That's the one I was looking for. Red raspberry. Psst. Them five herbs together get you right. But the thing is that when you're drinking tea, for all the women out there, for all the queens out there, if you're drinking tea and you're looking for herbs that will subside cramps, what I advise you to do is start preparing your body for the cycle a week before. You know what I'm saying? A week before, 100%. So I would say a week before, or shit, you could do this every day before, you know what I mean? You know, start cleansing the womb, start cleansing the ovaries. Another thing, if you're having like real pains and cramps throughout your cycle, I'm going to keep it gangster with you. That's not normal. You feel what I'm saying? So again, yeah, you can start before, you know what I'm saying? However, you got to understand that it's not normal. Hey, listen, I know some of y'all gonna be mad at me, but I'm just here to deliver the messages. And what I mean by it's not normal, because you have to understand that, you know, based off what you consume is what's going to contract, you know, and put your ovaries and your uterus in pain. You know what I mean? So yeah, for sure. But preparing is definitely recommended. Let's see. We got a few people that want to join the live. Once I'm gonna answer 2 more questions, then I'm gonna add y'all in. How do you feel about the relationships and separations happening? I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I just said a few moments ago, you know, what's for you won't miss you, and what's truly yours will not leave. However, I believe I spoke on this on 2 gatherings ago. I spoke on it goes back to, being connected to everything yet attached to nothing. We got to understand that it's a lot of things, most things that we experience throughout life that's only here for a season, that's only here for a mission. And what I mean by mission is this, right? Majority of us, right, we'll go throughout life, you know what I'm saying? We'll be in a space of like, yo, what is my purpose? You feel what I'm saying? When we have to understand that with us being multidimensional beings, our purpose 9 times out of 10, and this is just my perspective, is beyond this 3D realm, right? However, I do believe that we have missions, right? And what I mean by missions is that, for me, for an example, I may complete something, right? I may be on an entrepreneur. I may be on like a business for 3-4 years, right? And then all of a sudden I wake up the next day and I be completely bored. I be like, man, I'm done with this. And then I start something new. But because I understand that, so that's what I mean by mission. Like, throughout our life, we have chapters, right? And so as we're going through different chapters, each chapters, right? Each chapter, we have different missions. You feel what I'm saying? And so once you complete that mission, now you can move on to the next chapter. You can keep ascending. Right now, this also goes back to also being in a space of letting go. Right. Majority of like a lot of people, a lot of individuals, man, will be doing something or we'll have this false attachment to something. Right. And it's not working. Right. Or we're bored with it. Or better yet, our heart is not fully in it because it's not something that I truly want to do. You know what I'm saying? So what you have to understand is that that's either not your mission or you're either finished with that mission. That mission no longer serves you. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, I say that to say that, you know, when it comes to relationships and a lot of separations, you have to understand that, okay, well, the job was done. The mission was done. I learned what I learned what I may needed to learn, or I may not have learned what I needed to learn. And now, you know, I'm still on the mission, you know, but it's all about just having that, you know, just knowing that, yeah, I'm connected to everything, yet attached to nothing. What's truly yours will not leave, you know, so I pray I answered your question. I'm going to answer 2 more questions, and then we're going to ask some folks up in here, y'all. We're going to ask somebody up in here real quickly. Split, you feel me? Let me see. Any advice on dealing with anger? Yes. I have a lot of advice on anger because that's something that I had to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And I would say I'm still dealing with it. You know what I mean? I feel like I most definitely have propelled tremendously, but you know, so one thing I can say when it comes to anger, is the main thing that I can say. And again, I can only say what worked for me is doing shadow work, right? Of course, you can go through a therapist, right? You know, I'm sure a lot of people say you can go through an anger management therapy, whatever the case may be. However, you have to understand that you can go to 20 therapists, right? However, when you get home at the end of that therapy session, you still have to do the work. You still have to want to change. That's something that I've dealt with a lot of times, you know, going through different therapy sessions and, you know, dealing with certain things, man, is that at the end of any therapy session, when you go home, when you look in the mirror, do you truly want to do the work? Do you truly want to change? Right? So one thing I can say that worked for me when it came to, you know, anger and you know, growing through that is a lot of shadow work, man. Like, you got to ask yourself, why am I angry? Right? If somebody say something to me, you know what I'm saying? Why is this triggering to me? Now, you know, just a disclaimer. Yes, you know, it's, you know, motherfuckers will play with you 100%. I get that. You feel what I'm saying? However, in the beginning stages, right? In the beginning stages, in a sense, it's more so connecting more with your deeper self, your inner child. You know what I'm saying? It's more so connecting deeper with your why. You know what I'm saying? Why am I angry? Why do I get triggered? Why am I like this? Why do I not like this? You know what I'm saying? You got to start asking yourself questions and doing that shadow work. Now, once you start the journey of healing and growing through that shadow work, now it's like, okay, you know, what this person just did or said, you know what I'm saying? Am I triggered by it? If I am triggered by it, you know what I'm saying? Why am I triggered by it? Is this person really disrespecting me, or am I just looking at it in a negative perspective? You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that, you know, I can, you know, recommend you. Now, you know, for those that don't know what shadow work is, I don't mind, you know, giving an example, you know, and I speak about this example a lot because this was literally one of my first shadow work entries. And, you know, it resonated with me a lot. It was definitely, I would say, what they call it, a breakthrough, you know what I'm saying, for myself. So well, before I jump into that, I also want to say that when it comes to anger, right, and once you start doing the shadow work, right, you will also start realizing and understanding that if you give anybody the power to control your emotions, they control you, right? You're giving them more power than anything. You feel what I'm saying? And then on top of that, some people will attempt to control your emotions on purpose so they can feel more empowered, right? So once you start also realizing that, you will start saying, I'm not giving you any power. You know what I'm saying? You can start taking your energy and your power back, right? But what I was about to explain was one of the shadow work entries, right? And I know a lot of, you know, a lot of the community gathering vets, they done heard this story probably about 1,000 times. However, every time, you know, I explain, you know, I explain my first entry, you know, I can see that it changed a few lives. You know, it changed a few perspectives, you know, in the community. So one of my journal entries was, you know, why is it that I have a problem with somebody telling me what to do? Right. That was my first question in my shadow work, doing my shadow work. And one thing about shadow work is that once you write that question, you know, you want to sit there with that question. And when it comes to asking yourself questions, you can't play yourself. You can't lie. You know what I'm saying? You can lie to everybody else, but when you look in the mirror, you cannot lie to that individual. Deep down, you know the truth. So when I wrote that question down, right, I'm sitting there about five, 6, maybe 7 minutes. I'm sitting there, I'm meditating on the question, and it dawned on me that the reason why I have a problem with somebody telling me what to do is because I needed somebody to tell me what to do, right? Growing up as a child, I needed somebody to, guide me. I needed somebody to tell me, hey, don't do this, do that. But because, I grew up and I had to learn a lot of things on my own, now it's like once I become of age and, I have certain individuals trying, hey, no, I don't think you should do that, or, oh, you should do this. It's like now I'm catching the attitude, or I'm getting irritated or agitated. And I'm like, yo, nigga, fuck you. Like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? And I'm coming from the perspective of, yo, I had to learn all of this shit by myself. I had to literally damn near learn life by myself. You feel what I'm saying? And so now here you come, you think you can, man, fuck, you know what I'm saying? But because I did that shadow work, the one thing about learning about shadow work is that, once you get in that space of learning, okay, why am I like this, right? With me, why am I like this? I resonated, right? And I wrote that down. Now, if somebody tell me what to do, now I'm more receptive of it. Now I can use my discernment, of course, and I can agree or disagree, or, I can take it with me, use it, whatever the case may be. But, I'm not getting irritated no more. I'm not getting agitated with somebody telling me what to do. I'm receptive. I'm like, all right, for sure. I appreciate that. I'm thankful of it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you never know what entity or what being is speaking through them and utilizing them to help you propel. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of people say, fuck opinions. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, I agree with that to an extent. You feel what I'm saying? Because when it comes to opinions, you broaden your perspective, you will start understanding, overstanding, and understanding like, what if it's not just fuck opinions? Because again, you don't know who's working through that person. You don't know if you ask for signs damn near every day, right? You ignoring all the signs that you're getting. And now when somebody come in and they have an opinion, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily an opinion. It's probably your ancestor or God or Jesus, whatever you subscribe to, speaking through that person to tell you what you need to do because you ignoring all the other fucking signs that I'm giving you. I'm giving you the signs and you're not even, you feel what I'm saying? So even with ignoring signs, like, every time I pray, you know what I'm saying? Or, when I'm doing certain ceremonial practices, you know what I'm saying? I'm always asking the powers that be to guide me, lead me, and assist me and help me have the discernment and the capacity to decipher all messages that may be given unto me. You know what I mean? So I pray I answered your question. I know I just went deep, you know what I'm saying? But I pray I answered your question, man. I pray I answered your question. All right, boom. Let's add somebody up. Let's add somebody up in here real quickly split, man. We got Tay Goddess. It's not a lot of people that want to join, but it's damn show a lot of goddamn on questions, and I love it. Please keep asking questions, baby. We on here till 11:30, 12 o'clock. You feel what I'm saying? So keep asking questions, man. Let's see. Let's add Tay Goddess. And come on to the front of the class. What's popping? What's popping?
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi. Sorry, my uncle's checking in on me. I'm texting.
Yeah, it's all good.
Well, first of all, one of the questions, I had a question in the thing. I just wanted to know if anyone on here knows a natural formula, a homemade formula, natural homemade formula for babies. Because I feel like this formula is making my nephew sick and I don't like that. I don't fuck with that.
Oh,
But
yeah, 100%.
I
I
don't
can
want to
stay
do
your
nothing
formula.
that no one has done before and ain't tested on their kids or something like that. Cause I ain't trying to. Cause I know that's a hard space or whatever the fuck I'm trying to say. It's a hard.
So let me ask you.
Yeah.
The mother don't breastfeed at all.
Well, my mom's 42.
Okay.
She's not vegan or nothing like that. So she tried, but she was basically starving my sister. So yeah, so we went to formula quickly, but I have to keep myself from reading it, but I end up reading it. And I'm just, every ingredient is just like,
Uh,
I don't
So
like
so one thing I could suggest, what I did for my son,
it.
I made his own milk, right? So you can make your own almond milk, you can make
Okay.
your own hemp seed
And
milk,
the thing
right?
is, the baby though, she's like 5 months.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
shit.
that's fine.
Okay.
But ingredients, right?
Uh-huh.
So again, you
Let me
can
get
make
my
your own milk. Yeah, make your own milk. You can make almond milk, hemp seed milk.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? And then what you can do is inside of that milk, right? I
mm,
add vanilla, like vanilla extract. Vanilla extract is very good for the digestive system and the
okay.
lubrication of the gut. You know what I'm saying? Of the intestines.
Mhm.
I add sea moss,
I
right?
was thinking that. Okay, I didn't know if it was
Yeah,
too
I
strong.
add,
You getting scared. Okay.
yeah, I add sea moss inside of it. I added kelp inside of it. Kelp
You
is
said
very
kelp.
good. Yep,
Okay.
KELP, right?
Okay.
You can add what's the other one? Bladderwrack, right? Those are the three, one of the
I
three
got that for
main.
myself. Cool.
You can. Those are the three main seeds. You know the things that the herbs that come from the seeds, right?
Mm,
What I said. Okay, boom. I add a little pink Himalayan sea salt. You know,
mm,
because it's high in minerals. You want to
that's all.
make sure that you get some good pink Himalayan sea salt, though,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Pink Himalayan sea salt, and some agave.
Where would I get that from? The good one, because I just got this from freaking Big Lots. So I don't know that
What the pink
pink
Himalayan
Himalayan
salt?
salt.
Do you have like a Whole Foods or a Sprouts out there?
I have a natural grocer.
Yeah, go there. I'm sure they got pink
Nice.
salt.
That's all I go to. So cool. Okay.
Yeah, so pink salt and then agave to sweeten it up.
I got agave. That's all I use. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice. I
and
got.
that's the best.
And am I putting all that in one?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Nice.
So well, I don't know what you mean by one, but I know when I made my son's milk when he was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
I was making like gallons of milk for him.
That's what I mean. All together. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're making gallons, yeah, 100%. What I will say is that when it comes to the sea moss, you want to make the gel first, and then when you're making your milk, you know what I'm saying, put like a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons inside, you know what I'm saying, the blended milk, you know what I'm saying, and
Okay.
then blend it up.
2 tablespoons.
So
Two
you want
tablespoons.
to make so with the bladderwrack, the kelp, and the sea moss, you want to make all that together, right? That's going to be a gel. And
Okay.
then when you're making the actual milk, then you take about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of it, and you put it inside the milk with the agave, the salt, and blend it up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. Sorry, I'm taking notes.
Yeah, it's all good. Take your time.
Good. Okay, because I'm like I said, my mom be scared, and I didn't want to do anything wrong
Yeah.
because I would literally cry. So
Yeah, no, so what I just what I just gave you with the sea moss, the bladderwrack, and the kelp, those are high in minerals.
okay.
Those are very high in minerals.
Yeah, and I have bladder. No, I have burdock root. I gotta get bladder right. I lied.
Yeah, get burn right. I would suggest you can use date syrup as well. Date syrup is probably one
I
of the
just threw
most.
away my day syrup. Damn.
Yeah, the date
Day
syrup
syrup.
is the closest to the most healthier sweetener.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But again, if you can find some good agave, that's good too, because agave comes from the plant, the cactus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And then I have one more thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I watch kids for a living. Um and I noticed me eating, I don't really focus that well, and I'm always wanting to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Um so yeah, I've tried to go on a fruit fast. Like I did it for 2 days and then I got hungry again.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm about to do it again. I wanted to fast, but I noticed when I did the fasting, I quickly craved something. So I was just like, okay, fasting's not gonna work because I've never fasted before. So I was like, okay, let me go to a fruit fast. And so I had went and got herbs. I got burdock root because my uncle suggested it, and dandelion because he said that's 2 things melanated people need to have in their system.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what else did I get? I got oil of oregano. Okay, I ain't gonna go into it. I'm sorry. Okay, so I got oils and then I got tea stuff, and I just want to know, like, how can I get myself to not crave food when going into a fast. Because like I said, I'm starting off with just fruit, and I don't know if I got the right fruit. I just got like stuff that I like pears and apples and
Yeah. So when it comes to cravings, right? And I don't want you to be frightened or anything, but when you're craving anything complex like sugars or meats or dairies, that's not you. Those are parasites. So so one thing about it is, you know, you got the herbs. So what I'll suggest you to do is do a cleanse first, right? Before you want to fast or anything. So with the herbs, you can do that. You know, I'm definitely an advocate uh, for fruits, right? Because fruits cleanse the body, right? No vegetables, right? And
oh
the
yeah,
reason why I say no vegetables,
piece
because
me up on that. Yeah.
vegetables rebuild the body. You know what I'm saying? It's full of nitrates, nitrogen, and it rebuilds the body. So you want cleansing, you know what I'm saying? You want to cleanse the body. So definitely fruits, stay on the herbs, and just, you know, just cleanse the parasites out. And the best way to cleanse the parasites is just to starve them. So, I would suggest doing the fast, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you're doing a fast, right, you're starving the parasites. That's why you're craving it, because it's like you're starving them. You know what I'm saying? They're coming out, they're expressing themselves. They're like, yo, what's going on? Eat my food. You know what I'm saying? So the more you starve them, the longer you starve them, they fall out. They're like, but this environment is not suitable for us, so they're gonna leave.
Yeah.
And one of the another natural, so cloves is very good as well. So if you don't have cloves, I would suggest you to get cloves, right? Because this is a quick history lesson, right? It's a reason why they call honey baked ham, right? The reason why they call honey baked ham is because when our ancestors that were enslaved, when they were getting the lowest of the low food, which was honey baked, which is baked ham, um they would act, because they knew, right? They innately knew that, ham is full of parasites. So what they would do was, right, they would poke holes, right, in the ham, and what they would do is they would put cloves on top of the ham, and then they would pour honey over it. The reason what would happen is that those holes, right, the honey would seep down into the holes, the parasites would come eat the honey. But when they get on top of the actual the ham, they're going to start eating the cloves, and the cloves is what kills the parasites. So that right there, just a quick history lesson that, that's where the real honey baked ham came from.
Okay.
But yeah, so cloves is very good, and another good parasite cleanse is papaya seeds. So if you can go get some papayas, right?
Yeah.
Wait till they get ripe. Take the seeds out. You can put like a tablespoon of the papaya seeds in a smoothie and drink it. Cleanse them parasites.
Cool. Sorry, my uncle's like, I told you this. Leave me alone. No. Hush.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Cloves and papaya. Okay, I've heard of the papaya seed thing. I gotta get I don't know. Every time I see the price for them damn things, it's like fucking $7 at Natural Grocery. I'm like, but I'm like, you know what? You're doing it for a reason, Taylor. So
Listen. What's a bigger price? The papaya seeds or your health?
That's absolutely facts. That's absolute facts.
The papaya seeds or your health? You feel what I'm saying? So
facts. Okay.
Yeah. And also, for all the pregnant women or the women that are trying to conceive, I don't advise using papaya seeds, because papaya seeds are a natural birth control as well.
That's what I was. Yeah. Okay. So I remember there was a live and they was talking about papaya seeds, and I wanted to know that because, I wanted to know that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding,
and I know Nemo
to conceive, no papaya seeds.
Okay, no papaya seed if you're breastfeeding. Okay. Cool. Nice. Ah, man. That's about it.
For sure.
I really need to get to that, because I need to know someone who knew about the whole milk thing for the kids. And
for sure. Yeah. For sure. Well, Queen, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for reaching out. I appreciate you for being a part of the community, because like I always say, without the community, there is no community. So I truly appreciate
it. Thank you.
Have a beautiful night. All right. Let's see. Who else trying to come up in his mouth real quickly split, you for me? Let's see. Oh, don't nobody else want to come in? All right, then. For sure. We damn sure got 30 questions, 57 questions over here. So bet we gonna we gonna get to these questions real quickly split. Let's see. Let me see. I have been having congestion and burning in my throat from mucus. What can I do to rid it? I have been trying everything. I have congestion and burning in my throat from mucus. All right, first and foremost, who is this? Andrew, right? So first and foremost, so when anybody asks me health questions about anything, right? Before I go to any kind of resolution, I like to give you the information about what you may be going through. The reason being is because with the pharmaceutical company, right? When you go to a doctor and they tell you you got something going on or whatever the case may be, they're not going to tell you what exactly it is, because 9 times out of 10, or they're not going to tell you what exactly it is, or how you may got it going, whatever the case may be, because it's either two things: they don't want to tell you or they don't even know, right? It's the reason why they're called practitioners, because they're practicing. So what you're going through right now, right? To me, it seems as though when it comes to congestion and burning in your throat, that is your body trying to eliminate, right? So this is the thing, right? When it comes to the burning, right? And I believe I spoke about these past two community gatherings last week and the week before last, is that when it comes to having acidic cells, right, and acidic things inside of the body, what happens is that this creates a mucosal membrane response, that the mucosal membrane, what happens is that it sends out mucus to cover that acid, so it doesn't burn any more cells, or it doesn't burn the inside of the body, whatever the case may be. So that mucus coats the acids, right? And what happens is that once it coats the acid, it then tries the closest, it looks for the closest exit to then get eliminated throughout the body. Now, one thing I continue to emphasize these past 3 weeks is that whatever the body does not eliminate, it accumulates. So with you saying you're trying everything, that means you've been going through that for a while, right? Now, what I will say, that there's a few herbs that you can definitely use to help get rid of that. First thing first is that I definitely advise you to get rid of any complex protein, any complex salt, and any complex sugar and dairy, because those things create mucus. Why do they create mucus? Because it's the hardest thing to digest inside of the body. And again, when it's hard to digest inside of the body, it begins to putrefy, right? Then turn into acid. And then what did I just say about acid? It activates the mucosal membrane to send out mucus. Now you have too much mucus going out, coating different cells. Now your body is not eliminating the mucus, right? It accumulates the mucus, and et cetera, et cetera. Right? Now, let's get to the herbs, right? First thing first, of course, I'm going to promote my lung health tea. I have not gotten any bad reviews on my lung health tea. The only bad review that I've gotten is that it was just disgusting. That's just what you get when it comes to healing, and what you get when it comes to putting your body, you know what I'm saying, through bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? So I would advocate, go to my website, thebloodthatheals.com. My lung health tea is amazing, right? But different herbs you can use. You got mullein. Mullein is amazing. You have colt's foot. Colt's foot is amazing. You have spearmint and lemon balm. Very amazing. You have ginger, right? Ginger is very bomb. You know what I'm saying? So those five, turkey rhubarb, that's very good for the lungs as well. But again, like I said, you can, those are the best 5 herbs that I would definitely recommend. You could definitely, like I said, go to my website, thebloodthatheals.com. You know what I'm saying? Check out the whoopty whoops. You know what I'm saying? Dive in. You know what I mean? Yeah, get right. You feel me? All right, let me see. All right, boom. We got one person want to join. We got Tori Evolving. You raised your hand. Come on to the front of the class. What's popping? Oh, and you can do aromatherapy too. I forgot about the aromatherapy. The aromatherapy. Divine, Tori.
Aromatherapy. Peace, God.
Yeah, peace. How
Um,
you feeling?
I'm feeling a lot better.
Mm,
So I have a couple questions, and they're all around pretty much around the same thing. And excuse me if I'm like a little jittery, like I'm in the process of releasing. And they're that's like kind of what the questions I wanted to ask you about. Like, do you have advice on releasing stored trauma in the body?
mm.
I'm in a new phase of healing, and I was going through therapy for a while, but now I'm ready to take it a step forward because that's no longer working for me. Okay, I can talk and I can vent to a therapist, but I'm not really releasing in the way that I want, that I feel that I need to, because feel I still feel it energetically in my body. So I
Yeah.
wanted to know
So
what's your advice on that?
yeah, so that's definitely a thing. So even to the community that don't know, like when you're going through different trauma and things in that nature, you know what I'm saying? The body stores trauma. It's a book called The Body Keeps Score, and I advise, the entire community to
Yes.
to read that book.
I just ordered
Um,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very powerful. But one thing is two things that I could say that could help. First, if you can find a very good massage therapy, because massaging those different pressure points. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And also, what is it? Um, Acupuncture,
Mm-hmm.
right? Acupuncture for me worked
You mean like
wonders.
with needles?
Yes.
Really?
Because what happens
Okay.
is that the acupuncture, that and so with the massage therapy and the acupuncture, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I advise is definitely do your research, right? Because you don't want to just go somewhere just to say you're getting a massage or you're getting acupuncture. Like, you want this to be a true healing spiritual process. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to just go anywhere. Make sure you do your due diligence and actually, do the, you know what I'm saying? Do the research. But acupuncture most definitely, because what happens is that, like, I know we know, seven of the main chakras, right?
Mm-hmm.
And actually there actually are eight main chakras. And
I thought it
but
was
however,
nine.
but
Thought there were
however,
nine.
we
Mm-hmm.
have chakras throughout our entire body. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So what happens is with these acupuncture, what happens is that they're pressing and they're activating certain pressure points. These pressure points are chakras. These pressure points are actually energy centers. So
Mm-hmm.
what they're doing is that they're putting these needles and activating the energy to flow. Remember what you just said when you first got on, stored trauma. So
Mm-hmm.
they're pressing and actually activating the energy to flow. So now you can release. Right
Mm-hmm.
there, I did one acupuncture. There was one acupuncture ceremony that I did, and I literally cried the whole time because I'm
Mm-hmm.
feeling this stored energy, the stored trauma just moving throughout my body. And when
Right.
it's moving throughout your body, your tears, these are
Baby.
releasing. These are fluids are releasing. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So yeah, acupuncture and finding a great massage therapist for sure.
Right. I feel like what's been helping me, I feel like what definitely the massages, that's something that I've been looking into. I'm definitely gonna check out acupuncture. But the other thing was like, I feel like what I've been called to do now is like more of like boundaries. Like I feel like for me, I had a lot of relationships where with people where I felt I don't know, like some of the questions that people been asking tonight have kind of been on point with like how I've been feeling, where it was like when they're talking about the anger and asking about anger and healing from that, I felt like I was holding on to a lot of relationships where I wasn't getting the same support that I was giving out.
Yeah.
You know, so I felt like I had to let go of those relationships or let go of them. I had a lot of frenemies that were pretending to be there for me, and they really weren't. It was like it was the same thing that I just said, where it was like I'm giving a certain type of love and a certain type of loyalty. When it comes to me, like if I love you and if I rock with you, I'm a go to the depths of hell to make sure that I protect you and I'm there for you. And I feel like that was never reciprocated. And I
Yeah.
feel like I had a lot of anger because of that. I started feeling like a lot of people owed me apologies because of it. And now I'm in a space where I'm like, I'm coming out of that. I'm like, whether they apologize to me or not for for that. I can't go on feeling like this, and I'm tired of feeling like it. I'm like, go ahead, please.
So first off, when it comes to the apologies, right? And I'm glad you
Mm-hmm.
brought that up, because with you saying they owe me an apology, we have to start. This goes back to me saying earlier that we are connected to everything and attached to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
On a more deeper aspect, nobody owes us anything,
Right.
but us, right? 2 weeks ago, no, last week, I'm reading this book called Man Heal Thyself, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's by Supernova Sloan, which is Queen of Fool's son.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a
Hold on.
passage, there was this work session that I had to do, that's in the book. And one of the things in the book, it says that write in your journal a forgiveness letter, a sorry letter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote literally a 3 to 4 page sorry letter to myself for allowing certain things. And after I said I apologized to myself, at the end of that, I said, I forgive you. So, and I just said that to say, even if, I mean, you was making a point already, you know what I'm saying? But even to the community, you know what I'm saying? Regardless, if somebody apologized to you or not, right? That's okay. You have to apologize to yourself and forgive yourself. I
Mm-hmm.
speak about how when we point the finger at other people, it's 3 pointing back at us.
Mm-hmm.
But realizing that is also confirmation that at the end of the day, that's confirmation to you, so you can realize that at the end of the day, there is nothing more powerful than you. At the end of the day, those 3 fingers pointing back is also confirming that you have the power to control the outcome. You have the power to control the things that you put yourself in. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Not all, but majority of them, because we can't control everything that happens to us. However, we can control how we respond to them. Right now, even when it comes to certain situations and relationships and things in that nature, one thing that I had to learn, right, was, and I don't, I don't know if this is for you, because I don't know why I'm saying this, but even into the community, we have to stop feeding the ghost of our ex. And what I mean ex, I'm talking about friendships, relationships, whatever. And
Right.
what I mean by stop feeding the ghost, right, is that, when we start growing through certain things, you know what I'm saying, releasing certain people, we'll start getting on social media and we'll start looking at videos with what resonates with how we feel towards that person. When
Mm-hmm.
we're not realizing that on a subconscious,
Right.
esoteric level, we're actually feeding those emotions and
Right.
energetically also feeding our ex,
Yeah.
right? So we have to start detaching from social media, or like I spoke about a few weeks ago, changing our algorithm,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's not necessarily to try to forget our emotions, but it's more so to not keep sitting in those emotions, so we can keep feeding
Mm-hmm.
those emotions and keep feeding the ghost of our ex, right?
Right. Right.
So yeah, I pray I answered your question
You
with that.
did. You did. I was like, and when it comes, also when it came to about, I'm sorry, hold on.
Yeah, take your time.
Can I call back in? I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
make sure
yeah.
that
Cause
my
I
baby's
hear the
squared
guy.
away.
I hear the
Yeah.
babies back there. Go
All right.
ahead.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
call back in.
For sure. But yeah, just to emphasize, just to capitalize on what I was saying, man. I had to learn, man. We got to stop feeding our ex, man, and we got to. And I'm not even and just beyond people, right? When we're releasing people, places, and things, right? It's okay to feel those emotions. Y'all know I talk about it all the time. Allow yourself to feel the emotions. However, don't just sit in those emotions. Don't just get so consumed with the emotions to where now, right, you just sitting in them, and again, you're feeding your ex. You're feeding your ex the person or the people or the thing. You know what I'm saying? Change your algorithm up. You feel what I'm saying? And then when you do have those times, or those those times where you're feeling those emotions, allow yourself to feel those emotions. Grab a journal, If you need to go outside and scream, go outside and scream. If you need to punch some shit, you feel what I'm saying? Go punch a go get a punching bag or go to the gym. Or, you know, one thing that I learned when it comes to, you know, with me being an athlete when I was younger, was that the worst thing that you can do is, if you're under stress or if you're mad or whatever the case may be, the worst thing to do is to lift weights, right? You want to walk, right? You want to run. Because when you're lifting weights, what you're doing is you're putting more stress, right? That's all. You're putting more stress on your heart. You know what I'm saying? With you feeling certain emotions, right? You already got stress on your heart, right? Because it's releasing these certain chemicals. So what you don't want to do is put more stress on the heart. So go walk. You know what I'm saying? Go run. You feel what I'm saying? We got to start changing our algorithm, even with the universe itself, right? It's different algorithms that we have to start tapping into. It's a reason why we subconsciously wear colors on certain days. That's the algorithm, right? Especially if you tapped in, you'll start realizing that when you start getting with the algorithm of the universe, of this plane, you know what I mean? Man, listen, that's a whole nother conversation, but yeah, man, we gotta start changing our algorithm, man. Stop feeding the ghost of your ex. You know what I'm saying? That's dope right there. I should have made that a live for tomorrow or something. Stop feeding the ghost of your ex. Stop listening to the music that keep you in the same emotions. Stop watching the things on social media that continues to keep you in the same emotions. Stop watching the movies and the TVs that keep you in the same emotions. Listen, if you're trying to release, release. If you're trying to eliminate, eliminate. You can't release and eliminate by continually being so consumed to the things that you're trying to eliminate. That's like me healing from something or someone, yet still dealing with that something or someone that I'm trying to heal from. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's see. We got some people that want to join now. Oh, now y'all want to join. Oh, now motherfuckers want to join the lot. I'm just playing, y'all. Come on, man. Y'all want to join? I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's see. We got Aaron Telos. Aaron Telos, you raised your hand. Come on to the front of the class.
Pretty much mentioned everything I was saying.
For sure.
Pretty much said everything I was going to say about making sure we are not feeding into the same things that were breaking us.
For sure.
And really touching on the point when it comes to how we interact with people and how we can learn. Like when she was speaking about how she felt like she had so much like trauma in her body and just holding on to so much, it made me think about how if we can look at our interactions and learn to understand that we are all connected and that we are learning and growing together.
Thanks.
So everything we can't take personal as a personal attack. And we can actually grow in our experiences. So when we interact with someone and they say something like, oh, you're stubborn, or oh, I don't like the way you dress, or I can't love you correctly, or we can't be, all these things we hear all the time, or we see on social media that people are dealing with. A lot of these things that are happening are things that are helping us grow as we become closer to our higher self. So everything isn't to break us down and make us crawl into this ball where we have to put on this victim suit. So we don't have to wear this victim suit. We don't have to be a victim.
Nice.
We can actually triumph. The more we keep being honest with each other and the more we keep opening up with each other, we can keep growing together. So someone can tell you their honest opinion. We don't have to take it as a strike against us, but as a learning opportunity about how we can grow and how we can be as a person. So I was just saying that I was touching on what you were talking about. But.
Nah, I'm glad you did, and I'm glad you added. You build off of that, and you added the the last thing you were speaking about. What was it? What were you just saying?
No, but we're not victims. We're growing together.
You were saying.
We're growing together. We're learning. We can in our interactions. We can grow from our interactions and learn about each other. Sorry, I'm on my Android.
Nah, it was something that you was about to say. I was about to build off of that. But
Uh,
yeah, I mean, either way, it's all good. You know, again, I appreciate you for, you know, taking that and you building off of it because it's powerful. You know, we got to start learning that. You know what I mean? So thank you.
yeah, that's it. I just wanted to say that because I kept hearing that over and over again about how, everybody's getting
Yeah.
tired of being mistreated,
Mm,
tired of family members not treating them right, tired of relationships failing, or tired
mm,
of the job that they're having. Everybody's getting so tired. And
yeah.
then we kind of forget that we are having a human
Mm,
experience.
that's what I was about to build on.
Okay?
So
So,
so you were speaking about how we're all connected and we're all learning from one another, right? However,
exactly.
you know, you may have certain people that just stuck in their ways. However, you know, you may need to build onto what, you know, I always speak about how in certain situations, right? We got to look at life as a movie, right? In certain situations. And what I mean by that is that the individuals around you are nothing but extras to emphasize the main character. So what I mean by that is that if you're trying to implement or impute some kind of knowledge or some kind of wisdom or some kind of improvement to this individual and it's going in one ear and out the other, you have to now step back and be like, this is an extra to emphasize myself.
Exactly.
So if I'm seeing faults or whatever the case may be in this person, let me start looking within myself, because at the end of the day, we can only recognize something that we know. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So I'm glad that came back. I'm glad
Yes.
that we
Yes.
got to
Yes.
start looking at, you know, a lot of individuals as extras. You know what I'm saying? To emphasize the main character, because although we're connected to everything yet attached to nothing, you have to understand that we're all still living in our own realms, our own worlds. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
How you see something is completely different how I see it. However, that don't mean you're wrong, and that don't mean I'm right.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yes,
So
yes. It's taking these experiences, taking these interactions, and
mm,
when you go into your meditation and you're thinking about these things in your life and you start to feel that ease come over you, you start realizing like, wait a minute.
mm,
I'm getting connected to my higher self through these things, through
facts.
these experiences. This is helping me learn who I am. Not,
Mm,
not just my fleshly part, not just everything that's around me. We're looking at all these restaurants and these buildings and everything going on around the world on social media, but it's helping you actually understand how divine you truly are.
mm,
So when you understand your divinity, then you start realizing, like, okay, such and such said this about me or treated me like this, but I'm also realizing, like, I really love myself.
yeah.
Wait, I like that about myself.
Mm,
Oh, or you start to look at and analyze your life even more, and you start to appreciate it. And then
yeah.
when you need to do, like we talk about, understanding the work that you need to do to love yourself, we have it all in the comments, spending all that time with yourself, looking
Facts.
at yourself in the mirror, keep looking at yourself, and,
Mm,
and actually listening to yourself, having that quiet time in meditation to say, just thinking and listening to your higher voice. And a lot of, we've talked about that. We talk about meditation. We're really going to talk about deep within it. Actually stop and hear your higher self.
yes.
Let your higher self guide you during those times when you are meditating, or when you are sitting in your car alone and you want to get on your phone. Take 1 second and just listen to your higher self. Let that tap into that,
And
and
I'm
let
and you
that.
know, my bad, Quinn. I don't mean to cut your wisdom, but
No, you're
that's
fine.
that's a beautiful thing that you said as well, because a while back I spoke about the power of being silent. You know, the power of being alone and being silent. When you cut off all distractions, when you cut off all the external distractions, you can hear the most important voice, which is the voice inside of you. Whether God, Jesus, ancestor, whatever you subscribe to, you can hear that voice to tell you, okay, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to do it. And I know, I had to question that, what if you don't hear that voice? What if you just hear all your thoughts? Allow the thoughts. That's the thing. A lot of people feel like meditation is all about just having a clear mind, and it's not, right? The goal of meditation is allowing your thoughts to go, right? And
Yes.
getting to the point of in a sense, no thoughts, right? Your thoughts, you got to look at your thoughts as clouds, When you look up in the sky, the clouds are constantly moving. Literally in 30 seconds, you're going to see a whole new set of clouds. In meditation, you have to look at your thoughts as that. Allow the thoughts. Don't get consumed with them, but allow the thoughts to go, to flow, because eventually you're not going to have any more thoughts. Eventually, you're just going to be sitting. And now within that sitting, now you can set the intention of, now let me go in. Let me go deep within, and now you can hear that voice. But the key to it, like you said, like I was saying, to build on that is we have to get in the point where, we make time to cut off distractions, when we cut off all noise, when we cut off all stimulations, because that's when you can hear the most important things. When you sit in silence, you can hear the most important things, which is the inner voice, that voice.
That voice, we can do this. We literally, there is no doubt in my mind that we are getting ourselves together to start this new journey. And it's a journey, because it's always going to be a journey. So, and that's fine. Trust the journey. Trust the journey. Understand that things are going to keep happening, and you can still trust your journey. Just keep on walking through it. Like, keep going through the journey. The things that we say are ups and downs, take your lessons from it, and understand, overstand everything you need to do. Just understand that this is a journey. Like you said, understand that this is a journey. It is. It's just that. And it's a journey. And as you keep growing and you keep learning more about yourself, you're going to keep understanding your divinity. And that once we keep doing that.
The journey, like the journey is the destination.
Yep.
It's the destination, man. And even with doing, right? I was having a conversation of I think like 2-3 days ago, is that once we start realizing that the flesh wants to do, but spirit just wants to be. Once we start realizing that, right, we can really start tapping into our divinity and into being present, into just being, right? Because that's just the reason why they call us human beings, because our soul, we just want to be, but of course, with lowering our frequency and now our we became more flesh, and now all we want to do is do.
Distracted.
We got to make space to just be. So
it's that distraction. But we're working. Look, all of it's just even this gathering. Like, everything happens the right time.
Exactly.
And it's supposed to. Everyone in here is tapping in because they already are touching in on their divine self. They're realizing that this is where I need to be. This is exactly, we talk about being. This is the best way to be, is to keep growing. And so I just want to say that I love this. So I'll let somebody else get on, answer your questions, but it was nice.
I appreciate you, Queen.
Love and light energy.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Hey, y'all. One thing I can say is that when God calls, God appears. It's a reason, like she said, we being the individuals that's supposed to be on this live is on this live. When God calls, God appears. And I'm finna grab some chapstick real quick. Hold on, y'all. If y'all hear my shoes sounding weird, I got these reflexology shoes on. You know what I'm saying? Hit them different pressure points in my foot, because the bottom of your foot is connected to certain organs, certain energy centers inside the body. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let y'all see them real quick. Matter of fact, so these right here are called reflexology shoes, right? So they like little buttons, right? And so when you walk on them, now I'm not gonna lie, right? They hurt at first, right? But your body get, your foot get used to them. You know what I mean? But with these reflexology shoes, man, you walk on them, they hit different pressure points with at the bottom of the foot, and they basically stimulate certain energy centers They stimulate certain organs inside the body to get the energy flowing. So the goddess, the queen that was also talking about you know, releasing certain traumas throughout the body, you could definitely utilize, you know, reflexology. What you can also do is you can get some reflexology socks as well. So with these shoes, I got these off Amazon. Just look up reflexology shoes. Also, what came with my shoes is that they came with socks, right? And so I can put the socks on my foot. However, at the bottom of the foot, it's going to tell you, right, which section of your foot is connected to these energy centers and to these organs. And what happens is that they also send you this massaging tool to massage at the bottom of your foot. So what you can do is you can slide the actual the socks on, and you can take that tool and start massaging certain areas inside your body to stimulate certain areas inside of the body. You know what I mean? You know, you can massage the bottom of your foot to stimulate certain areas of the body. So, you know, yeah, the reflexology, you feel me? So boom, yeah, let's what, man. Hey, listen, man, we going in tonight. We got some people that want to join. We got a lot of people that want to join for sure. I'm loving it. All right, bet. Let's see. Let me scroll down. Let me see. We got Tiffany Sharice. You raised your hand. Come on to the front of the class. Come on to the front of the class, man. What's popping? What is your vibe, Jenny?
What's up?
What's popping, Queen? How you feeling?
Oh, good. I was it was funny because when you said like, oh, all y'all want to join tonight, want to join tonight. Let me say, you know why we want to join tonight? Because everybody going through something, right?
Facts.
Then we here for a reason, and we all here because it's a lot going on.
Man, and you know, I realized that, man. We in Scorpio season. I've been realizing that, yo, the community has been going through some shit.
And I like that,
man,
place because it's a place of no judgment, and it's a place of where like people can really just get everything off your chest. You know what I'm saying? The feedback. But what I wanted to say was how we were talking about releasing, right? And just sitting there and just letting your thoughts run. And I just be feeling like, I know I'm not the only one, but I have a problem with just starting. You know what I'm saying? Just starting. And then not only just starting, but being consistent once you start. And I mean, like, whatever your it is, that's your it, right? But for me, my it, shit, we'll be here all night. But I have a lot of, but I think probably one of my biggest things, or a few of them, will probably be, I guess, just starting to heal from even past trauma. Then heal your body. And then trying to eat healthy and all this. Because let me tell you something. I learned what you said about changing your algorithm, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm following hella vegan pages, right? Now I'm following hella juices. Hold on, because what you feel, I'm finna show you right now. What the fuck? And two.
Oh, you got the juice. Okay. Okay. That's the number right there.
That's the nama, right? So I had it for a cool little minute, and it's works wonders. So y'all definitely need to get that. But so like that's what I'm saying. I've started, right? So I'll start, but then you don't finish, or things happen and you get knocked off. Go ahead.
Okay. May I speak?
Yes.
May I speak?
Yes, go ahead.
You know, I don't like cutting off the wisdom.
Oh, so no. Hey, what you say? You raise your hand, come to the front of the class.
Yeah, you know? So, you know, but so what I will say, just to capitalize real quick, you know what I'm saying, before you continue, is that first thing what I hear, right, you know, with you, and, you know, also just suggestion and advice to the community, is that we first have to understand something. One brick a day will eventually have a house, right?
I know.
So if you're trying to go work out, right? The first step is to getting up and putting on some workout clothes. Just do that. If you get up and put the workout clothes on and take them off and lay back down, boom, right? But listen to the logic though, right? When you get up and put on workout clothes, you're gonna, let me put these shoes on. Put the shoes on. Tie the shoelaces, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then, matter of fact, let me just go drive. Even if I don't go to the gym, let me just drive.
Right.
I got the workout clothes. I got the shoe, man. Let me just go to the gym. Even if I just do like a little quick 2-minute walk. You know what I'm saying? One brick a day, you eventually had a house, right? So what I would advise you and to the community that's having this problem, First and foremost, you know what I'm saying? Don't be hard on yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? One brick a day. Just take your time. The journey is the destination.
Right.
Go through the journey. Now, the second thing what I advise you to do, especially with my, it's the first thing that I advise my 7-day fast community that I have on Patreon. I mean, not Patreon, but on Telegram. I tell them that the first thing to do before we even start this fast, go grab a journal and write down your why. Because as we're going through this 7-day journey, we're going to have cravings. As we're going through this, we're going to start thinking about some brazy recipes that we ain't never thought of, that we can't wait. When we get done with this fast, I'm cooking. Right? We're going to be going through certain emotions and everything. Get a journal, write down your why. So now when you're having these cravings, when you're going through these emotions, when you're thinking about these recipes and you feel like you're about to give in, you can grab your journal and read your why. Because your why is what's going to keep you on the track. Your why is what's most important to you. And then one thing I can say is have an accountability partner. And now if you don't have an accountability partner, that's fine too. You know what I'm saying? Because now what that's going to do is that's going to put you in a state of, now I have to become powerful for myself and not just for somebody else. I have to take accountability for my own actions, and I got to make sure that I focus on me now. You know what I'm saying? So
Can I speak?
Of course. Go ahead, please.
So it's that right there. Taking accountability for yourself.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something. That's all cute, fine, and dandy. But self, for me, I'm going to speak for me, self does not always show up.
Yeah.
And I can say that for the fact that I'm 32, right? And I've been trying to get to size fucking 16 since I was baby able to fucking breathe, okay?
Yeah.
And not breathing. I remember last week you was talking about working on your breathing shit. Anyways, so and it's what I'm saying, like, self don't always show up. Like, I can tell myself everything you just said, facts, right? But when it's time to show the fuck up, sometimes I can't show the fuck up. I don't be knowing, like, and just like you said, everybody else and shit, everybody going through their own shit. So people can't even show up for themselves, right? And so you get back into that state of, fucking, I'm finna eat these oxtails. You get back into that state of, fucking, I'm finna call that nigga that I shouldn't be fucking calling. You know what I'm saying? And so you just go right back down, and then boom, it comes back to the time where boom, you want to pick yourself up again. So it's like, my thing is, it's like, I want to be consistent. And I know that writing down that why for sure is definitely something that does help. Because I write poetry too. I write poetry. I have so much that you know what I'm saying? And even sometimes my shit be bringing me back too. I'm like, damn, you wrote that shit? The fuck? And it helps me. But sometimes self don't even show up.
Yeah. What I will say. What I will say is that what you can do is, right, and it's something that I practice as well, is it goes back to taking your time, right? So for an example, like when I first started fasting, I couldn't go a day without eating anything. So what I did was, it was like, you know what? Right, I eat twice, 3 times a day. So let me do this. Let me set a goal. Let me just start eating once a day. Right, let me just start eating once a day. Boom, boom. I got that down pat. I've been eating once a day for about 3 years now. Right.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So now it's like, all right, so boom. So I mastered that. Right. So now let me fast for 1 day. Right? Let me now eat every other day now. You know what I'm saying? Boom, I mastered that. All right, boom. Let me start fasting 3 days. Let me start 3 days. Let's at least make it to 3 days.
Right.
Boom, I done made it 3 days. Right? I just completed my 4th 7-day juice fast now. You know what I mean? So, it's just, take your time, man. You know what I mean? Take your time with yourself. That's the key, man. We gotta start taking our time with self. You know what I'm saying? We have to change the algorithm, right? Stop being so consumed with what other people are doing and the accomplishments that they are doing, and let me focus on me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let me focus on me, man.
Oh, well, you make that shit hard because you just got all that shit all the fuck together, okay?
But listen to what I just said, right? The journey is the destination. I went through a journey before I can even complete a 7-day fast.
Get
I
that
had
right.
to start with eating once a day
Right. Right.
because I was already eating 2-3 times a day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now, so with the fasting knowledge and the fasting that I have, I'm 4 years in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it took me 4 years to get to where I'm at. I've
Right.
never fasted 21 days. That's my next goal. So
Right.
so what I'm doing with, again,
Just
this month, this is my 4th 7-day fast. So what
mm-hmm.
I'm doing is now my goal is I'm preparing myself, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying, for 21 days.
Mm-hmm.
Now after my 21 days, I want to prepare myself for 40 days. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a process, baby. Listen,
Lord,
baby, the journey is the destination.
the journey is I'm about to get that tatted. What?
The journey is the
Journey
destination.
destination. Mm-hmm. And it's a marathon, just like he said. It's a marathon. Phew, child, it's a hard marathon. But um, I'm gonna just ask you one more question. I'm gonna let other people go ahead and do their thing. So I think I had asked you last time about the um the natural oils and like topicals, right? For the
Mhm.
discolor. And so you said oregano oil
Yeah.
and thyme oil, right?
Nah, not yeah. Oregano oil. You could do thyme.
Mm-hmm.
And neem oil is very good as well.
Where can I get the neem oil?
You can make it yourself. Actually, just get
Well,
some neem. Just get some neem. Get some neem leaf.
okay.
So like a herbal store, wherever you located. I don't know if y'all have a herbal store or whatever, but if they do, you should be able to get some neem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can create your own oil. You can do. I wouldn't advise coconut oil because, of course, once it cooled down, it hardens. So you can do
Okay.
like grape seed oil. You can do hemp seed oil. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Yeah.
And so when you're sorry, I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
Nah, you good.
So you were talking about also like when your skin reacts to things because you said our skin, is very observant, right?
Yeah.
So you said that I guess when things happen to it, you kind of talked about like the nervous system.
Yeah.
Like something is like could be like attacking the nervous system or something could be like happening. And so do you think like I guess I don't know, making sure I handle that first or check out what's going on with that and get straight to the gut and cleanse my gut? I'm
Well.
so sensitive now. I literally can't like I can't use anything. I be like having hives and shit. Don't be knowing what the fuck is going on. But I know like I definitely need to start within. We already, we said that we talked about that 50,000 times. I know. So I can't use any types of soaps, any types of like, certain types of lotions and like any of that shit because everything is just like
Well, you can't use black soap either. Like
I
natural black soap.
I soap before, but it did dry me out. I will
Yeah,
say
that's because it's
maybe
strong. Did you lavender up afterwards?
probably I think I did use I did go for a period of time where I just used baby oil like this, which I'm sure it ain't good because it got hella fucking ingredients, but just anything regular that doesn't smell like anything.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
so what I would say is that, just a quick, another history lesson that
Mm,
when it comes to Vaseline, right,
mhm,
we have to understand that Vaseline is petroleum,
mhm.
which petroleum is nothing but the metabolic waste of different plants, like not
Right.
plants, but different chemical plants, that they be making certain things out of.
Mhm.
It's actually like the residue that's on the walls and the shit like that, and they pretty much just scrape it, process it, and give it to us.
Right.
So
Right.
anything with Vaseline, I don't advise using at all
Okay.
because it's nothing but poison, to be honest.
Right.
But what I will say is that, when it comes to cleanse, I mean, yeah, just pretty much cleansing. When you're getting hives and things in that nature, you may be allergic to it. Depending on the chemicals and the ingredients.
Mhm.
However, cleansing, doing a cleanse is very important because a lot of times, it's nothing but parasites, right? A lot of times it's nothing but
You say,
worms.
yeah. Yeah. You say that a lot.
Yeah, parasite, man. Parasites is the number one, and that goes in with with the nervous system. I believe that's what you were speaking about. These
Yeah.
parasites, right? Majority of the parasites, right? They hide within the spinal lining, and your
Mm-hmm.
spinal lining is what's connected to damn near every nerve ending throughout the body. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because of course,
Right.
when if your spine out of whack, then
Right.
all your nerves and shit like that. So they hide
Right.
behind your spine. And so this is why when it comes to the neem oil and the thyme oil, people that have HSV or any kind of parasite infestation, I tell them to massage it to massage that neem oil along the spine, because what it is that your skin is going to absorb those minerals, and it's going to pretty much release, within the nervous system and etc. So yeah, the parasite, parasites, they attack the nervous system. You know what I mean? So yeah, if anybody having nervous system problems, then of course, it could be majority of the parasites, or you know what I mean? However, right, when it comes to the nervous system and different nerve endings, right, it could also be the complex sugar and the complex salts that we consume. And the reason why I say that is because people with diabetes, right? When it comes to somebody with diabetes, right, after a long period of time, when they're taking that synthetic salt, which is insulin, something that our pancreas naturally produce, what happens is that now, after a long period of time, what happened to these diabetic individuals? They say, oh, I'm feeling numbing in my foot, right? What the doctors say, because they don't know, they don't want to tell you, let's cut it off.
Amputate. Yep, gotta go.
Let's cut it off. Because now what's happening is that this synthetic salt, right, was drying out the nervous system. And everything grows from the ground up naturally, right? So what's going on is that now what's going to happen is your body's going to start deteriorating from the ground up, which it starts with your foot. So what's happening is, with this complex salt and these complex sugars, it's unraveling, right, your nerve endings, because your nerves, wrap around the muscles and tissues and things like that. So it's unraveling, right, and it's deteriorating. Right. So, again, it could be the parasites and it could be the sugars and the salt. However, the complex sugar and salt is what brings the parasites as well. So, yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Well, thank you very, 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 very much.
Of course, Queen. I appreciate you for tapping in. I appreciate you for being a part of the community.
Oh, and another thing, I'm finna try to start my journey too with what you be saying, understanding, and overstanding, okay? I'm trying to get all of that shit, third eye and all this shit. I don't be knowing, but I'm gonna tap into that shit. I'm doing my content, everything. Like I'm gonna get there. I'm definitely
the best thing I can tell you to do is just research my research. Because you're gonna be guided. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be guided. So just research the things that I say. Because like I always say, I just watch cartoons and just come back and tell y'all. So
like
you feel me? So
okay.
But yeah, have a good night, Queen. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Peace. All right. Well, hey, let me jump into these questions real quick before I add anybody else, man. There's a lot of people that want to join. I see you. Let me answer about 5 questions, y'all, and all the individuals that want to join, I'm going to come to you. All right. It's 10:40 already. Ain't no way in hell it's been almost 2 hours that fast. Ain't no way in hell. What are your advice on bloating? All right, so bloating could mean a few things, right? First and foremost, bloating could mean that your body is producing gases based off what you consume. What do I mean by that? When you're driving in the country and you smell a dead deer before you even roll up on the deer, and then when you pass the deer, the smell becomes super astringent and is super unbearable. That what you're smelling is gases, right? So whatever you may have just consumed, right, that what you consume could either be doing 2 things. It could be fermenting and or it could be putrefying. Rather you're fermenting and or rather it's fermenting or and or putrefying. What's happening is that it's starting to release gases, right? And because it can either come up as a burp or it can, come out as gas, through the rectum. So that could be one thing. Another thing is that when it comes to, bloating, these also deal with parasites as well, parasites and worms, right? Majority of the time, it could be parasites or worms. The best thing I can tell you to do is just cleanse, right? What I can say is that, what I've been speaking about these past 2-3 weeks about cleansing and or getting rid of any and every dis-ease inside of the body. The first thing that you have to deal with is the gut. You feel me? So I definitely just advise you to cleanse the gut. You can go on my website, thebloodthatheals.com. You can get my Super Mover 1, Super Mover 2, and my kidney filtration. The reason why I advise getting the kidney filtration is because the kidneys is the filtration system of the body. Whatever it is going, whatever is back in rotation throughout the gut and throughout the lymphatic system, it has to go through the kidneys to get filtered out. Right. So if your kidneys are not filtrating, that means you got toxins, you got metals, you got feces going throughout the blood, going throughout the lymphatic system. And now the lymphatic system then gets back stagnant and backed up. And then your body, your blood can then turn into acidosis and you can literally die. Right. So I pray I answered your question, man. Also, to the community, this is my first time promoting this as well. I'm super duper excited. My new website for The Blood That Heals will be dropping this Saturday, which will also include my cookbook and my consultation link all on one website. The new website is going to be so fire. Also, my website will also consist and be provided 3 types of sea moss. It will have the gold sea moss, the purple sea moss, and the green sea moss. It's going brazy. Also, my sea moss come from St. Lucia, straight off the boats. You feel me? Yes, straight off the boats. I'm so excited. So this is my first time ever promoting this. This is my first time letting y'all know. To the 146 beings that's in this live, you all are the first individuals to know that my new website will be dropping this Saturday with the cookbook. We're gonna have a party. Fuck it. We having a community gathering book release party. You feel me? Pull up. We got the food. We got the juices, the drinks, right? We got the juices. We got the teas. I'm giving away free sea moss. I'm giving away free lung health tea. I'm giving away free probiotic tea. Pull up. We're going brazy. It's going down. I'm super excited. Let's do it. All right. Let's get back to these questions, y'all. Let's see. Is there something safe for a 2-year-old who is constantly sick? Anything to strengthen his immune system that is baby safe? Yeah. So the thing that I could tell you to do. Well, my first question to you is, are you breastfeeding? Right. The reason why I'm asking, are you breastfeeding, is because you can actually cleanse the baby by way of your breast milk. Right now, however, I would not advise taking herbs to cleanse the baby through your breast milk if you've never cleansed. Right. So if you've never cleansed before, I advise you cleansing the body first, then start taking the herbs, letting the baby take the breast milk to cleanse the baby. The best thing that I can tell you right now, beyond that, especially with the baby being 2, beyond that, I do not advise giving the baby any herbs, because for those that don't know, herbs are poisonous, right? However, they're not poisonous in a sense of unnatural poison, or they're not poison to the sense of, that could result in death. What happens is that when you take these herbs are releasing chemicals to detoxify the body. You feel what I'm saying? So these detoxifying the body by way of these herbs could be too harsh on the baby, especially with her being 2. So what I will advise you to do is just do your best to feed the baby fruits. Right? Like I always say, fruits cleanse, vegetables rebuild. So if you can make like fruit smoothies, or acai bowls, different fruit specials, whatever the case may be, it's a lot of things you could do with fruit and fruit juice. So that's the best thing that I can tell you to do to cleanse the body. If you're not breastfeeding, or if you can't breastfeed, whatever the case may be, fruits. You can also utilize that. The formula ingredients that I gave the one queen that was just on here. So if you just joining on, the formula that you can use for the baby, you can make your own milk. So you can do almond milk, hemp milk, you can do oat milk as well. And you can add sea moss, bladderwrack, and kelp. Blend that up, add vanilla extract, a little pink Himalayan sea salt, and then you can also add agave and or date syrup. You know what I'm saying? So I pray I answered your question. Let me answer 3. Listen, y'all, I see y'all. Y'all want to join? I got you. I'm gonna answer 3 more questions and then we going in. I got you. I'm gonna ask some more people on here, y'all. I got you. What is your stance on forgiveness? I feel like forgiveness is a superpower because once you forgive, you're able to let go. And once you're able to let go, you start making room for the things that's actually for you. You start making room for the people, places, and things that are for you. You start making room for the people, places, and things that you desire, you know? So forgiveness, from my perspective, is a definitely, it's a superpower. Any urge for prostate? Yes. M-U-I-R-A. Let me type it in real quick. M-U-I-R-A, Puema. This right here, the Muera Puema. That is one of the greatest herbs for the prostate. I have that in my Jade Dragon for my men, right? Because, you know, most men, you know, have prostate issues, whatever the case may be. So yes, that is the best herb for prostate. I'm gonna answer 2 more questions, then we're gonna ask some people on here, y'all. Let's see. Let me see. How can I work on discipline with my eating? That goes back to your why. Why do you want to be disciplined with your eating? What, you know what I'm saying? Who, what, when, where, and why? Those are the great questions. Grab your journal and write down who, what, when, where, and why. Why am I doing this? Why do I want to eat this way or that way? You know, do you believe that time is real? I believe time is relative. I believe time is just is, you know. Yeah, I believe time is just is. Do I necessarily believe that? Well, yeah. So I'm gonna say this: time do exist, but time do exist from a limited aspect because in this 3D realm, the 3D realm is the only realm where time exists. Beyond that, in 4D as well, because you know that's space now. But beyond that, in the 5D, 6D, and beyond, right? Time doesn't exist, right? So you know, it's all about which dimension and which perspective are you speaking about time? Because here, yeah, for sure, time exists, obviously, right? But beyond that, once you start operating beyond the 3D realm, you know, you get beyond, you get beyond time. You know, at the end of the day, though, you have to understand that time is also relative. One great movie that I can tell you all to watch, don't just watch the movie, watch the movie, is Interstellar. Interstellar is a great movie, right? There's something that happened inside of the movie, right? There's a scene in the movie where the dude, you know, he went through the black hole, right? And he ended up on this another planet. And what happened is that before they even reached the planet, the captain of the ship told him, listen, every 30 minutes, I think it was like every 30 minutes is 7 years on Earth, right? This is called time dilation, right? The faster you go, the slower you experience time. But however, the individuals that are still, right, that are being still, they experience time a lot faster, right? So it's called time dilation. You can look it up, did the research. I went in about time a few weeks ago. However, right, when he ended up on the planet again, this is, don't quote me, you know what I'm saying, but I believe this is what it was. But every 30 minutes is 7 years on Earth, right? So when he left Earth, his daughter was a baby, right? So something happened while they was on the planet. Some female, she did some BS. Boom, they ended up on the planet for an hour and a half. When they got back to the main ship, he realized that on Earth, it has been 27 or 28 years. So when he got back to the main ship after an hour and a half, his daughter was damn near his age. So it's called Interstellar. You know, when it comes to time, that's a great movie. Also, you can also look at, you know, certain Marvel movies as well, and the low-key movie. Like, the low-key show. I believe, like, within the second or third episode, they spoke about the time stones. You know what I'm saying? Where the time stones, they was using the time stones that, you know, that Thanos was tripping about. They was using that shit as paperweights, and they had hundreds of time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, you know, man, time exists in this realm, but beyond this realm, I don't subscribe to it existing, because time is so relative. I'm gonna answer one more question, then I'm gonna add y'all in, man. It's a lot of people that want to join, man. It's 10 o'clock, man. It seems like we finna probably be on here till about 12:30. You feel me? So yeah. Let me see. How to deal with rejection from a soulmate you were reincarnated several past lives with, but who doesn't recognize you in this life because he's not into spirituality. If he does not recognize you in this life, then it's not meant to be. Right? This goes back to what I was saying. You know, we're connected to everything yet attached to nothing. So when it's time to let things go, we got to let them go. In your time, in your past life, if this is your soulmate or your twin flame, you have to understand that in that time, you know, you all may need it to complete a mission. You know what I'm saying? You all may need it to complete something within that time. However, if this individual does not recognize you in this realm, then, you know, it's not meant to be. You feel what I'm saying? It's time to let go. It's time to move on and to complete your next mission. Because while you're probably while you're probably constantly trying to attach yourself to a past life, you're not understanding that this new life is trying to introduce you to something else, to another a new lesson, to continue to ascend to your higher self. Yet you keep attaching yourself to this past life. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, I advise you to really, you know, just disconnect. Because again, like I said, what's for you won't miss you. And what's truly yours will not leave. So maybe it's not his time to recognize you. Maybe he's going through his own mission right now. And maybe in about 5 years, then he will remember, come and and then he will have that big bang within his cells. You know, we spoke about that last week. He'll have that big bang, right, within his cells, right, and then he will remember, oh wait, damn, that was, let me you feel what I'm saying? So I pray I answered your question. I'm gonna answer one more question, then we're gonna add some folks in, because I see y'all. I know I see you. Listen, I be you. You feel me? Word to my mother on bloods. I be you. Let's see. So somebody asked, this is a good question. Do you cook your ancestors' meat? My ancestors don't want vegan food. So this is the thing, right? And again, some may agree, some may not agree. But again, this is my perspective, right? This is my life. This is my realm. If you guys ask me questions, I can only elaborate and expound on the things that I experienced, and or experiencing. However, I do not feed my ancestors meat. I don't care how many times I may dream of meat. Honestly, I don't care how many times I may even think of meat or have the upload or whatever the case may be when it comes to feeding them meat, right? And the reason why is because the knowledge that I have on meat, right, on how it digests and breaks down inside of the body, and how it is the lowest frequency and the lowest vibration of food to eat, because it's literally dead food. I do not see, from my perspective, a point of feeding my ancestors energetic food that is lower on the spectrum, right? So when I feed my ancestors, or, you know, lay out food to the beings that protect me, that guide me, that lead me, and that assist me with my spiritual development, I'm going to give them living food so they continue to electrify themselves energetically, to continue to protect me, guide me, lead me, and assist me with my spiritual development. So I do not feed my ancestors meat. Also, because I am my ancestors, and because different DNA, like nothing happens just because. Nothing happens for a coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. So it's a reason why 8 years ago I changed my diet to eating all organic meat and all organic meat and all organic dairies and etc. But it's also a reason why, with me making that conscious decision to change my diet, how information just started dropping into my lap out of nowhere without me even having to research. Information just started coming to me when I start making the conscious decisions and change my diet. So it's not a reason why my diet, I mean, well, it is a reason, but it's not a coincidence why my diet changed to eating more fruits. It's not a coincidence that my diet changed to eating vegan food, right? I am my ancestors. My ancestors lived through me. Right? My ancestors speak through me. Y'all think that majority of the time on this live, I be speaking. It's not me speaking. These are beings in high places speaking through me. They're utilizing me. You feel what I'm saying? So no. So yeah, you know, it's a reason why my diet is like this. So I don't see not even beyond logic. I don't see the point or the purpose to feed my ancestors something that I don't eat. That's like feeding my son McDonald's and I don't eat that shit. That's like feeding my son meat and dairy and I don't eat that shit. What the fuck I look like? Now, however, right? To each his own, you know what I'm saying? Some people may have different connections with their ancestors, and their ancestors may want meat, whatever the case may be. However, I know that the beings that protect me, that guide me, that lead me, and assist me with my spiritual development, they are ancient beings, right? And what I mean by ancient beings, I'm emphasizing ancient because they understand the power of fruits. They understand the power of vegetables and eating live things with the highest vibrational of spectrum. So yeah, to answer your question, no, I do not feed my ancestors, my spiritual guides, nor my higher self meat because I don't eat that shit on this 3D realm. So in the 4D and the 5D and the 6D and beyond that, yeah, I don't think I'll be eating that either. So I pray I answered your question. So let's add some people in this motherfucker, man. You know, I see the people that want to join. Let's add some people up in here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we got Taryn, man. You raised your hand. Come on to the front of the class. You raised your hand. Come on to the front of the class, Miss Taryn. Divine, Queen, you feel it?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. I'm doing amazing.
I was just getting some homework done. I had a question about brain fog. But before I ask about brain fog, I think it was the last girl that was just the last young lady that was just on here. She was so relatable because she was talking about staying consistent. I don't know if she's still on here, but when it comes to having to hold yourself accountable, I've found that recording videos, especially if you're a person who does everything by yourself. For me, I'm an introvert. I'm a Sagittarius. I like to be by myself. I'm always in my own space. So accountability partners wasn't really a thing for me. So for her, Tiff, there she is, Tiff Cherise. Okay. Queen, for you, I would personally make it a habit of journaling in the form of recordings. So make you some videos of yourself, talking to yourself, motivating yourself, telling yourself your why, and make some videos of your downfalls too. You know, like save a little space for yourself, have a little grace for yourself, but understand that, your fall off days are a part of the process. So just make sure that you incorporate that as well. And then every time I get on here, I get a brain fog. Somebody else was talking about soulmates and not connecting with them in this lifetime. And
she was asking that, you know, what to do with somebody that basically don't remember you from your past life when y'all was together in the past life, and you're trying to get them to remember them in this life.
Right.
Yeah. So
one thing that I just had this conversation with a friend about kindred spirits not always being soulmates. So even though you may think that person is your soulmate and you're encountering that person, and they very well could be, but kindred spirits don't always make soulmates. And then, like you were saying, sometimes we recognize a soulmate from a past life that it was never ever meant to work out with.
Yeah.
So you just got to trust the process. And a lot of times we're standing in people's way. I think I remember. I've been on here for so long, so I'm trying to remember everything that everybody said. That I was just like, oh my God, you standing in somebody's way, their growth process. You know,
Thanks.
like a lot of times, like a karmic contract, yeah. And then a lot of times we're standing in people's way of their growth, and we just got to slide out the way and give them the opportunity to, you know, experience life and become whatever it is that they need to be and who they need to be.
Thanks.
But brain fog wise, I remember you saying something about Ethereum Gold.
Oh yeah, Ethereum Gold is very good for the brain.
Okay. So
Yeah, it helps. What it does is so first off, it's two things that you could do. You could do Ethereum Gold and mushrooms. Mushrooms is very good as well. You know, lion's mane, um, what else? Oyster mushrooms is very good. So what Ethereum Gold and these mushrooms do is that they pretty much reconnect different neurotransmitters inside the brain to even help you remember things from childhood and all kind of things to help you focus more and all of that. So yeah, Ethereum Gold and yeah, mushrooms, lion's mane and oyster mushrooms are my top two when it comes to developing the brain. And reishi mushrooms too. Those are very good. Those they be like big and they big, hard, and kind of.
You know, I'm in Pennsylvania. I don't know if we got reishi mushrooms out here. Don't be saying fancy stuff that's on
the
the
reishi,
freeway.
the red reishi mushrooms, man. I'm gonna have to send you some then. Don't even trip.
I'm just suffering from like the worst brain fog, and
You know what you can do as well. I don't mean to cut your wisdom, but what you can do as well. I remember reading this article right about this old couple, and this old couple it was this lady she was explaining how her husband was getting dementia and getting Alzheimer's, right? And what she read, right, she didn't use all the chemical compounds that the doctor, whatever the case may be, but she read something that a tablespoon of coconut oil a day will develop and help the brain and lubricate the brain because it has the good fats in it. So she said that she gave her husband 2 tablespoons of coconut oil every day for a year. And she said that he started remembering things that she forgot. So coconut oil is very good as well because it has the good fats, really all the good fats as well, like the nuts, the walnuts, the hemp seed oil, the grape seed oil, coconut oil. Yeah.
Your community so kind. You guys, I'm up there with him when it comes to health and wellness. So I don't eat heavy starches and crackers and all of that. So my brain fog is just like strictly out of nowhere. Like I don't eat that. I just really just been having heavy, could be from school or something, but my brain fog.
It could be an overload though, It could be an overload, man. You got to start taking time to just not intake anything. We could be in a process in the space of just consuming and consuming and consuming and consuming. Yeah.
Okay. I'll try it. Reiki mushroom. Red
reishi.
Reishi
So
mushroom.
it's red I think it's REISHI or something. Just type in red reishi mushroom. This is gonna pop up. Just spell it however it's gonna pop up. What'd you say?
Powder. The reishi mushroom powder. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could do the mushroom. I mean, you could do the powder, but I advise getting the actual mushroom and cutting it up and then making a tea out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try that. Okay.
So,
I'm gonna get off your live.
For sure. I appreciate you, Queen. Have a good night.
You too.
All right. Let's see, man. Let's add some more people on here real quickly split. You feel me? See what's bracking on this motherfucker real quickly split. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what else. Let me scroll down. It's a lot of people that want to join now. Let me scroll down. Let me see. We got the Queen of Yum. You must cook. The Queen of Yum. I'm trying to see what that yum talking about. Oh, she declined. Okay, on trip. It's all good. Niggas can't taste the yum. You feel me? We can't see what the the queen of yum, we can't see what the yum talking about, but it's bull though, you feel me? Or to my mother, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just make my own yum. You feel me? All right, so boom, we got the problem child. Okay, this is like a god right here. If it's not a god, forgive me. If it's a goddess, you know what I'm saying? Forgive me. But the problem child, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what's bragging. The problem child, he declined. I'm trying to get the gods on there, yo. You feel me? I'm trying to get the guys on here, man. I don't know. The guys don't really be they don't be requesting, man. If the guys let the guys tap in. If the guys on here, man, tap in. Hey, you know what though? I'm gonna keep it gangster with you, to all the queens, to all the goddesses. I just want y'all to also have the perspective, right? When it comes to the gods, right? And I'm gonna give y'all some game real quick when it comes to us men. Then I'm gonna ask somebody else on here. Then we're gonna jump into the questions. When it comes to us men, right? Real men, right? When we're learning, you feel what I'm saying? And this goes for myself as well. When we're learning, right, and we're intaking and absorbing information and wisdom from another god or another goddess, right? We're silent. You feel what I'm saying? We're silent. We observing. We absorbing. We letting it marinate. We letting it digest, right? And so what this is something this is something that I like to call the digestive stage, right? We absorb it. We just let it soak. We let it digest, right? Because one thing about it is that us as men, us as guys, we're not finna just pop out. You feel what I'm saying? But just know, when that wisdom and that knowledge digests, once it marinate and it digests, right? And now we start utilizing the wisdom and the knowledge that maybe have spoken. Oh, now we're gonna pop out. You feel what I'm saying? So that's like me, right? Before I even said I'm opening an herbal shop, before I even said I had herbal remedies for anybody, I took an entire year just absorbing, right? Grabbing information. You feel what I'm saying? Grabbing books, learning a whole lot of things about the biochemistry of the body, different herbologies and different things like that. You feel what I'm saying? I took a whole year. I was silent. But just know, once that information started marinating and it started digesting, and then I'm starting to utilize it, oh, look where we at now. So, for the goddesses that are, craving for more God energy, just know that the gods are here, right? Just give them some time to absorb. Just give them some time to learn and let the information digest. You feel what I'm saying? Because once it's time for them to tap in, I promise you, they're going to tap in. I'm going to keep it, I think last month, about the past 2 months, we had some guys tapping in. You feel what I'm saying? We had some guys tapping in. So, yeah. So let's add some people up in here real quickly split, man. Let's see what's bracking real quick. Boom, we got B. Lady. You raised your hand. Come on to the front of the class. You know what I'm saying? Real quickly split. You feel me? You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. All right, for sure. She just requested, she probably got a little excited and probably just request on accident. You feel what I'm saying? But it's boo though, let's ask somebody else. Let's see what else bragging up this mind. I get black. Let me say, let me see. We got D. Mary Callie. You raised your hand. Come on to the front of the class. Where's vibing? Hey, y'all, don't be laughing at me, man. Don't be laughing at me.
Hi.
What's popping, Queen? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing.
So, yeah, this has been really good.
Thank
I was doing like some alternate nostril breathing while I was waiting.
Wow, that's amazing. I spoke about that, I think, last week. I spoke about different breathing techniques. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was really grounding. I don't do it often, but I think I saw you doing it at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. With the sage. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna utilize this time to do some breathing. So that was good.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I wanted to tap in and talk about like something that had come like up for me months ago, but it wasn't like the right time. But like in terms of how we're eating,
Mm-hmm.
especially like melanated people, I think it's really good that everybody is like taking their I don't consider it just like health, but I think it's like energetic,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like we're changing the dynamics of our energy. But what was like coming up for me like was that um it's more than just it's more than it's more than just changing our diet, you know? Um there's like so much that goes into food production,
Mm-hmm.
and um I think like the key is gonna be like us going into growing our own food,
100%.
right? Because in produce, like we're all switching over to like veganism and vegetarians and plant-based and all of those different labels, right? But um there's like a lot of slavery that goes into like our food production.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where my mind was at, and I'm like, okay, it's good that we're like, I don't know, like, right? Because when we're switching our food, that's clearing up our consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're on the right track going that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that a lot of us are like calling ourselves vegan or plant-based and then just being like cool with that.
Yeah.
But we have to like keep going,
Yeah.
or else we're gonna get like trapped in this like systemic and systematic, like still like there's still like a ton of food manipulation,
Yeah. For
you know?
sure. Yeah. I agree 100%. You know what I'm saying? So, just a personal journey. When I first started changing my diet again, like I was saying earlier, I learned about GMO at first 8 years ago. I didn't know what GMO was at all, right? But when I learned about it, I started to now I'm still eating meat or whatever, but I'm making sure that the things that I eat is organic, right? But I'm emphasizing this because I learned, right, innately learned that us we seek spirituality through food, and food seeks spirituality through us. Food gives us information and vice versa. And so once I consciously changed my diet, you know what I'm saying, more information started coming to me. So I went from eating all organic to now I'm eating chicken and seafood to just seafood to now I'm vegetarian, now I'm vegan. However, the space I'm in now, right? I just say I'm vegan for lack of better words so people can understand my lifestyle.
Right.
However, right, I like to call myself a more natural eater because I'm eating my fruits and vegetables and I'm eating more raw foods and things of that nature. Now, when it comes to growing our own food, I believe in that 100%. I got over 2,000 seeds right now. You feel what I'm saying? Just stocking up, ready for my land, right? So I brought up my journey because again, I 100% agree with you for sure. However, right, this goes back to me also saying that one brick a day you eventually have a house. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us, especially a lot of people in our community, their first step is first starting to get away from the GMO food
Yeah.
first. You know what I'm saying? Now, okay, boom, you're gonna eat your meat, all right, bet, eat your meat. You know what I'm saying? But make sure it's organic, right? Boom. You're no longer eating meat. Okay, you're only eating seafood. All right, boom. Make sure your seafood is wild caught. Make sure it's fresh. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like let's the steps are very, very important. However, it took me 8 years to now start
Right.
stacking up seeds to now wanting to start growing my own food. You know what I mean? So again, I agree with everything that you said, 100%,
Yeah, that's like the point I was picking up as you were talking, like listening to you talk, really it being one step at a time. But I don't know, I guess my reminder was not to get complacent and
Yeah.
thinking like there. Just because I was thinking about like balance, like the
Yeah.
whole principle of like ma'at
Mm-hmm.
and how just everything, yeah, there just has to be a balance. And
Yeah.
we're working towards that.
Yeah.
But when I first got that like message, like, okay, you're doing all this work, but the like staying like being plant-based isn't enough. I
Yeah.
think when I first got that download, I was like, oh my gosh, like what am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm still contributing to like all of this bad stuff, even though, but that was like a place like at that time when I got that download, I was like detoxing my body,
Mm-hmm.
doing and fasting, doing a lot of just juices and fruits.
Yeah.
So I feel like I just got ahead of myself, but yeah, I guess it's just about balance.
Yeah, yeah, nah, you good, Queen. You know, one thing about it though is that, you know, even when it comes to the laws of Ma'at, like most people don't even know that the Ten Commandments came from the laws of Ma'at, right?
Right.
And so even and then, you know, we've been programmed to disconnect, to be disconnected and to detach ourselves from nature, right? Natural. That's why, you know, natural eating, the root word of natural eating is nature, right? You're going back to nature, right? And so we've just been a lot, you know, majority of our community, man, just been programmed to detach themselves from nature, right? But what happens is that but what's actually needs to happen is first our community realizing that we're programmed to realize and you know what I'm saying, and become aware first, right? Because again, 8 years ago, I knew nothing about GMO. I knew nothing about G. I'm at the store. I'm buying Kroger brand everything. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Frozen food, everything. 8 years ago, I knew nothing about
Yeah.
GMO. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So first, we have to first become aware. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We have to first become aware of balance. What is balance? Most people just think balance is just a level scale. You know what I'm saying? When it goes even more deeper and esoteric when it comes to balance, you know what I'm saying? Homeostasis of the body of this realm, you know? So
Yeah, I know I heard something about balance that I really love to keep in mind. It's like balance isn't like this point that you come to. It's like balance takes movement. You've got to always be adjusting something in order for it to be balanced.
yeah,
You can't like stand on one foot, right? And be like I'm balancing. Like you've got to like shift your weight on like one hip or something
yeah,
like that. So it just takes like this steady like all continuous steady adjustments to
yeah,
achieve that.
100%. I agree. That's a dope perspective. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So yeah, I love how, yeah, you just gotta like, I love how you as a messenger and a healer are taking your job of meeting people where they're at
Yeah,
seriously. I could tell that you meditate on that. And
yeah,
that's really important because people like me, sometimes I get a little bit dogmatic. My
yeah.
come in so heavy that it gets like that. But
Yeah,
so
because you know,
you're good
you
at
know,
that.
when it comes to that, you know, I don't necessarily, but well, first I understand that we're all on separate journeys. You
Right,
know what I'm saying? Like even with people that just still eat GMO foods today, like shit, maybe you're not supposed to get it this lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
right,
But
right,
just know you gonna be back here in this
right,
realm. But maybe you know what I'm saying? And it's more so also like I don't want people feeling bad for their lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That's
right,
why I always say, like, listen, I can give you the information, but I can't understand it for you.
right,
Right? I'm just here to give you the information. Facts don't give a fuck about truth. I mean, facts don't give a fuck about feelings, right? So I'm just here to give you the information, take it and run with it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm like, and you know, also I'm not an extremist because I also know, you know, how difficult it can be to master the mind,
mhm.
especially to master the mind beyond 20, 30, 40 plus years of programming.
Right. That's like one thing I have to remind myself is that we're stepping, like a lot of us are stepping into work that hasn't, like, it's levels to it, right?
Yeah,
Like, so we're as a generation, we're like picking up where our parents left off, where their
Yeah.
parents left off, and
Right.
everybody's at a different level depending on your life circumstances and all of those things. So
Yeah. I guess, you know, from my perspective, I just try to come from the deepest point of understanding, and overstanding as possible, you know, when it comes to with other individuals, you know,
yeah,
because I would want somebody to do that for me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like I said, I knew nothing about GMO. You feel what I'm saying? So if somebody came to me, like, well, I learned about GMO when I was having a conversation with another guy, and he mentioned GMO, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And he told me,
yeah. You
I'm
told
like, now I'm like, wait, you telling me they make fake food?
me, right?
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what?
Yeah,
So yeah, we all on a different journey, man. And again, you know, what's for you won't miss you. You know what
right,
I'm saying? What's for you won't miss you. So you're going to get the information, and this also goes back to the journeys to destination, right? And to even go deeper with that saying that, to even go deeper with that saying, you have to understand that when it comes to the journeys to destination, you have to understand that that means that you are exactly where you need to be.
right,
So if you are, nothing happens on accident. So if you are eating meat, if you are eating GMO, listen, you are exactly where you need to be, because eventually you're going to get where you're supposed to be. Right now, also, you know, of course, we can play God's advocate with the GMO and the fruit. You know what I'm saying? Because all of this is programming, right? That's not
right.
our natural state at all. You feel what I'm saying? But again, you know, you know, you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, because food is spiritual, right?
Facts,
And
100%.
I think like one thing I think about is like with cravings, I think of it in a spiritual sense. Of course, there's the parasites and things like
Yeah.
that, but like, okay, maybe, um, like for example, if someone's craving chicken,
Mm-hmm.
right? Perhaps they're like, that chicken is going to help them, like it could activate something in them that needs healing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So like that's why I say like don't judge people on where they're at in their eating journey,
Yeah.
because they're feeling something in their lineage.
Yeah.
They're doing root work through their food.
Facts. I agree 100%. I agree.
Thanks for letting me on.
Of course, Queen. I appreciate you for being a part of the community, because like I always say, without the community, there is no community. So I truly appreciate you. Have a beautiful night.
You too.
All right, y'all. Let's see what else bracking on this motherfucker real quick. Hey, we got a lot of journeys. Oh, my God. Oh, the guy want to join. Gaddafi. Man, let me add the God on here real quick, man. Hold on, man. Gaddafi. Peace, Allah. Man, I hope he joined, man. Let me see. Is he still in here? Damn, I don't even think he's still in here. Dang. I don't even see him in here no more. Dang, I wanted the God to tap in, man. It's my God, man. Oh, yeah, there you go. Peace, Allah.
Peace, God. What's going on, brother?
Popping, God. How you feeling, man?
All this way. It's
Hey,
crazy because I
listen.
just got up.
Hey, listen, I'm so excited that you in a community gathering. You don't know how many times that when I seen your name pop up in a community gathering, that I wish, you know, that I hope that you join. And tonight you joined, bro. So I truly appreciate you,
Alhamdulillah, much gratitude. Like
man.
I didn't got over my shyness.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure, man. What's popping, God, man? What's up? Talk to me.
And, I'm on day 10 right at the detox.
Wow.
And it feel good. It's like
Wow.
I'm not even having the urge anymore to smoke. So it's just
Wow.
like after 20 years of smoking, like it's unbelievable. It's
Wow. Praise.
voluntarily, and you've been a big help. You feel me?
Yeah.
The community. You feel me? Every morning I'm getting the messages. I'm seeing the breath work. feel me? The sisters in there, you feel me? The guy that stay in there. And like it's beautiful motivation for me, especially in the environment that I'm in.
Yeah.
Just like all the negativity. So the positive just keep popping up on my screen, just keep
Wow.
popping up, popping up.
Yeah.
So, it's the reminder, to stay focused,
Yeah.
It's like it's like an admonishment in itself.
Facts. Wow. That's amazing, man. 10 days. I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of
Thank you,
you, man.
bro.
I am, bro. I'm proud. I'm even more proud that you joined the community, man. Even if you didn't even start to fast, the fact that you even joined the community is a big step, bro. So I'm proud of you. Congratulations on your 10 days. I had seen a message you sent me privately talking about you gonna start juicing in that motherfucker. I just started laughing. Yo, that was
Yeah,
dope, man. That's
yeah,
what's up, bro. I'm proud
it'd
of you.
be really hard because like um they only give it's only so much you can get your hands on in here, and
Yeah,
they not it's inhumane. So it's
yeah,
like whatever I can come across, if I can get some fruits, you feel me? Like
yeah,
I grab that, but I don't eat the processed state food. That's one thing not going in
yeah,
my body. Big
yeah, for
fact.
sure. For sure. You already know it's highly processed foods in there, bro. So
Fact.
I already know.
Then I tried to do well, I ain't gonna say I tried because I did 48 hours, but
Yeah.
I set myself up, and I seen one of the sisters said she gave the advice, and she was like, don't go straight into the 72 hours, don't go straight to the 3 days. But
Yeah.
I tried to buck the system and go 3 days. If I last you 48 hours with the water
For
fast, so
sure.
yeah, it hit me. I think I lost a good weight.
Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. That's what's up, man. Hey, but in the community, I put that, after 72 hours, your growth hormones are at an all-time high. So even to the community that don't know, after 72 hours of not intaking solid food, your growth hormones are at an all-time high, meaning that if you want to work out, lift weights, build muscle, that's the perfect time to do it. Of course, be light, you know what I'm saying? Because you fasting, especially if this is your first time fasting, but yeah, for sure. I feel that though. That water fast, something
Uh,
serious, man.
yeah, it most definitely is. I,
Yeah,
I, I felt like a walking cup of water.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, praise be, man. I'm proud, bro. I truly appreciate you for joining the community, man, and getting hopping on the live, man. I truly
Alhamdulillah,
do.
yeah.
So for those that don't know, I just want to, before you go, I just want to introduce, the Allah that's on here, man. This is my close brethren, my close God. We was in the streets together like this. We've experienced a lot, we done seen a lot, we done been through a lot, separately and together. But yeah, this is the bro, Gaddafi. I gotta give my praises to you, my flowers to you, because it was only a few of us, you know, where we came from. So again, I appreciate you, bro.
Alhamdulillah. Appreciate you, brother, man. We'll get back to it.
All right,
As the time go on. Much gratitude, peace and blessing to you, brother.
gratitude, peace, Allah.
Peace.
That's the God, man. That's the God, man. All right, so look, be lady. I see you in the comments, man. You tell me I'll add you on there. I'm gonna add you in there. It's 11:30. We got a lot of questions too, man. It's a lot of questions. I'm gonna add be lady. Then we're gonna jump into the questions real quick. We're gonna jump into the questions, man. Before we get up out of here, then we're gonna do, close with prayer. You know what I mean? Let's see.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah.
Get there.
Hey, look, I added you on here. I'm like, yeah, I'm waiting for you
Right.
to come in. I'm like, damn.
Literally 2 seconds I ran downstairs to feed my dog and I seen it. I'm like 45 minutes just to miss his call. I was so upset. Thank you for
Yeah,
calling me back.
for sure. It's an honor. I seen you in the comments going crazy. So I'm like, man, let me
Yeah,
add her back on here real quick.
definitely. I appreciate it. I wasn't gonna let you rest tonight.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
So, first of all, thank you for what you do. I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, everything you stand for, the page and what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
So, to get into this, first of all, I was really correlating with everything everybody was saying, you know, all the women that you had on here. And it was crazy because as they were talking, I'm piggybacking off of everything they saying. You know, I'm like, all right, this is what I'm gonna say if he answer. You know, if I get on here, let me, you know, really get some information. So, a quick question: is it okay if I give a little backstory real quick, because just to give a little context? So,
For sure.
Okay, so I've been, you know, starting this journey for a couple years now, and real long story short, I'm pretty much the only one in my circle, you know what I'm saying, experience this. I come from a family of generational trauma per se, and proud to be the one to say that it stops with me. You know, and frankly that comes, you know, that's bittersweet, but I don't have, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of misunderstanding between me and them simply because they're stuck in their ways or whatever the case may be. So with that being said, I don't have the preferred resources, you know what I'm saying, on this journey to help me elaborate things, how I'm feeling, what's going on, what to do, and really advice or anything. So I feel like I don't have anybody to talk to. So with what you were mentioning in the previous videos, you know what I'm saying, like even without the support, you know, like it's really something you got to do for you, kind of a thing. So with my circle around me, or even within this year, I've realized a lot of things with myself, as far as being a people pleaser, self-sabotage, you know, have the victim mindset, a whole bunch of things, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I'm grateful for this journey, my experience, and the fact that I'm even able to acknowledge this, you know, if that makes sense. And so even based off of that experience, I tried to share some insight on, like, with my best friend, you know, of course, because, you know, we grew up since middle school, you know, running around, and we still had contact up until recently. And our relationship has changed simply because, you know, we're growing at different rates. We're not on the same path, and it's really hard to kind of navigate through that. So initially, with that being said, my question is, what is your perspective on simply the transition of simply like being okay with, you know, like where you've been and not everybody coming with you, you know? Like, what is your perspective on transitioning into that stage? Because like I mentioned, I've realized, of course, I know I'm doing it for me, you know what I'm saying? But because like that guilt mindset and a lot of personal things that I've looked into and realized about myself, like I'm okay with doing it just because without them or whatever the case. But it's like I don't know how to let them meet me where I'm at, you know, and having the discernment to, okay, do I need to let you go, or is this, you know, kind of a thing? And like one of the young ladies that was on here previously, when they were saying, I would, you know, I've been the one in the relationships always overextending, and kind of, you know, the people pleasing and all of that, and feeling like it's not been reciprocated. So, I mean, though I haven't taken it personal, like I said, I've been very grateful for my journey, and you know what I'm saying, like taking that with a grain of salt and not taking it personal, kind of, because I know it's real easy to do. People take things personal, make it about them, and it's really not. So, if hopefully that's enough insight on that. But I was really wanting to get your perspective on that transition and how to kind of go forward without. And I've noticed I hold not a little bit. I'm feeling the feeling of resentment. You know what I'm saying, for a lot of relationships that I can't communicate with anymore because of the misunderstanding, kind of a thing, and like trying to identify and acknowledge and, you know what I'm saying, pinpoint different things and how to go forward. What is your perspective?
So first thing first, you have to understand that when you're ascending, right, you're definitely going to have to relieve a lot of people, places, and things that you once were in, right? You know, of course, every person, place, and things cannot come to you. I mean, come with you.
With you. Mm-hmm.
You know, and you also have to understand that majority of the people, places, and things can only resonate with a certain level of you. So as
Mm-hmm.
you go up in levels, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, you're gonna it's inevitable to start being introduced to new people, places, and things that are on that level. One thing I can say, I believe I spoke about earlier as well, is that, you know, it's only so much you can do for the individuals that are around you. Of course, you seek the knowledge, the wisdom, to try to help them resonate with your vibration because you see yourself ascend. However, you can't want more for somebody who don't want more for themselves. And if you see yourself not resonating, now, you know, you have to make the conscious choice and decision to let that individual go. Yeah, I can love you because I see the potential of you being in chapter 53, but you're only in chapter 6. You know what I'm saying? I'm in chapter 60. So it's either I'm going to go back and I'm going to lower my frequency to try to meet you to help you ascend, or you're going to have to, you know, do the work to ascend. And the worst thing you're going to want to do is to lower yourself. That's the worst thing to do, because now what's going on is now that you're emptying the cup, your overflowing cup. You feel what I'm saying? So another thing, that a state that you could probably be in is this, just your solitude state, right? You could be in solitude. That's one thing about it, you know, because one thing that I learned is that as I continue to ascend, there are times where I end up in solitude, right? And it may even be forced, like, you know, the powers that be may be putting me in solitude, and or, you know, I just may have this overflowing feeling of, I don't want to talk to nobody, I don't want to be around nobody, I don't want to do nothing with nobody but with myself. However, you have to understand that yes, you can be alone, but you also have to understand that you're not alone, right? You have beings, right? God, Jesus, ancestors, whoever you subscribe to, you have these beings that surround you, that are protecting you and guiding you and leading you, because it's not a coincidence that you're feeling like this. So yeah, I pray I answered your question.
Yeah, definitely, because that's like where the state I've been in is simply wanting to be by myself, and the whole solitude thing, just feeling, you know, disconnected from everything around me. And I feel like that's simply because it's coming from a place of not understanding or knowing myself to the
Yeah,
level I need to or not want to.
yeah,
So I don't know if everybody has that phase. Like you said earlier, you know, I've realized this journey as of recently, that when you said this journey had, or life in general has chapters,
yeah,
that's kind of how I've been looking at this journey and kind of trying to name each chapter, because like you said, it's a different mission every
yeah.
time you go through something different.
Right.
So did you go through that phase of just solitude and having to cut everybody?
I'm still going through that phase now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, the thing that I realize is that the only thing constant in this realm is change. If you're not changing, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, then you're dead. I
Mm-hmm.
have moments where I want to be alone damn near all the time. You know what I'm saying? However, I do desire, you know, another counterpart or individual around me. But man, as you're ascending, yeah, you're gonna have those moments of um, you know, solitude. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is this as well, right? I don't know why maybe it's like an echo on your end.
Hmm.
But it's another reason. There we go.
Nope.
Uh,
I think everything.
so it's another thing that I mentioned earlier about, you got to look at life sometimes as a movie, right? These beings around you are nothing but extras to emphasize the main character. There's also a show on Netflix. I know it's a movie on Netflix. I completely forgot the name, so forgive me that I can't give y'all the name to watch. However, it was a show on Netflix, right? And it was a whole experience, a whole experiment. It was this dude, right? He had a mom, a dad, he had a sibling, he had friends at school, he was going to school, everything, right? However, at the end of the movie, right? What happened was he was sitting in his room and all the walls fell, right? They fell down to the ground. And what happened was it was revealed unto him that he was nothing but a part of an experiment that the government was. So his mom wasn't his mom, his dad wasn't his dad, his friends wasn't his friends. So I just emphasize that because we have to understand that sometimes the individuals that we are around and that we experience, they're not here truly, they're only here to help us ascend. You know what I'm saying? They're not even, a lot of times our moms are not even our mom. Like, even if we go deep within the esoteric part of it, because, majority of our time, or majority, most people, our moms are nothing but portals to bring us into this realm to do work. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a certain perspective, different perspectives that you can have. You know what I mean? But what I can say is that when it comes to, doing the work, man, and start learning yourself, the best position and the best place to be is to be alone. Because like I said earlier, man, when you cut off all distractions and when you cut off the external means that keep you distracted, when you sit in silence, you can hear more, and you hear more of the important things.
That's why I really resonated with what you were saying about stop consuming the same things, because I was going through a period of stagnancy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on, things aren't changing. I'm not growing, and I've tried to, like I said, been in a period of trying to bring everybody with me, but of course had that realization, like, I'm not feeling like this for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, me wanting to be by myself is essential. So it's really up to me, you know what I'm saying, to see that through and make it happen just to reach that next chapter, So with the shadow work, again, I feel like I didn't have the necessary resources as well for that. And it's like, what is shadow work? Am I doing stuff that really matters? Is this getting me anywhere, kind of a deal? Or what kind of questions do I need to ask? And of course those may come, during the process or something, but that was kind of something I was curious about, so I felt like that had me at a standstill, because I'm a person who is trying to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, and the fear of the unknown and all of that, and accepting that, it's been a lot of realization that, like the other lady was speaking of just starting, a lot of people have that a problem I can conclude, I guess, is that, we feel like we need X, Y, Z to do certain things, but it's on us, to get us to the next place with just starting. Like, nobody else has the answers for our life, but, we look for, or even me speaking about myself, I find myself looking for external validation for whatever reason, and that's because, or not whatever reason, because I think I found the answer, but I don't trust my intuition, and what I know, because, like, I can not foresee things, but I can see a lot of things coming, and so, but I kind of self-doubt and self-sabotage and just look for that confirmation for whatever reason. But grateful to say that I've reached a place of knowing that, like I said, this isn't for nothing. Even though I feel like I may not know who I am, I'm grateful for the experience of where I am now and where I'm capable of going, as far as the solitude phase and exploring myself and different things, because I feel like that is essential and what everybody should, experience and know, because you got a lot of people out here in the world with everything how that is, it's a lot of unnecessary things, and hurt people, so it's like if you don't take the time out to heal and acknowledge a lot of things and where that comes from, and like you said, why you are a certain way or whatever the case, is really important. And remembering your why. I appreciated you saying to take the time out to journal, and all of that, because that's what I've been trying to do, though it's not as consistent as I like it to be. Like you said, one brick a day, and eventually you'll lay the house, or have the house. So,
Well, I don't mean to cut your wisdom, but journaling doesn't necessarily have to be every day.
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? So, when, like, even with me, like, yeah, I was journaling every day, but the space I'm in now, I'm journaling when I'm called to. I'm journaling when I'm needed to journal. You feel what I'm saying? And
mm-hmm,
then sometimes I may have my moments of journaling every day, like for sure. Like on my every time I do my 7-day fruit juice fast, after my third day, like I'm journaling every day. Third, fourth,
mm-hmm,
fifth, sixth, seventh day, I'm journaling every single day. You know what I
mm-hmm.
mean? So yeah, one brick a day, man. Just take your time with yourself, or allow yourself to take your time.
Yeah, I've
You
been
know what I'm
very hard
saying?
on myself with
Stop
not.
looking at what everybody else is doing. Stop looking at the fast pace. Anything fast don't last.
I know that's right,
You know what
definitely.
I'm saying? Anything fast don't last, especially if you want it to last. You know what I mean? So yeah, take your time. One brick a day. Allow yourself to slow down. Allow yourself to take your time. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So yeah.
I appreciate that, because I've noticed that throughout my life I've always been the one kind of in charge of running things, and it's like now it's like my body is calling for the back seat. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I need to let somebody else steer so I can recollect and refocus and all of that.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that.
Of
One
course.
last question, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's
So
cool. It gotta be the last because my phone dying. So
gotcha. Okay,
yeah.
so full circle.
Uh-huh.
Um, with the family or the fact that I mentioned that and the indifference there, any advice for, well, of course the solitude part is essential, but is there any advice for, how they say once you get somewhere, then you can go back and get who you need, kind of a deal with my
Yeah.
family? I don't know if you had any differences or any difficulties within that, but do you have any advice for kind of, because they call on me for a lot of things and I find
Yeah.
myself feeling bad, and and it's like that's stopping my flow, and interrupting. So of course I need a distance from that. But is there any advice on how to handle that, or
Yeah. So one, you know, the best thing I can tell you to handle that is to stop pouring from a cup that's half full.
yes.
You have to make sure that you're in the overflow first to start pouring it to others. Right,
Mm-hmm.
that's first thing first, right? Because if you continue to pour from a half cup full, a cup that's half full, you're going to fucking around and just be empty.
I'm drained.
So you gotta, and they call it selfish, but and you gotta be selfish, man, because
Yes.
it's like my homeboy that may need a place to sleep for the night. I can
Mm,
tell you to come sleep on my couch, but if I don't have a couch, how are you gonna sleep on the couch? I gotta
yeah.
get me first. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? Now with the whole thing about going back and going to get somebody else and going back to go get people, I'm not going to say I necessarily believe in that. And the reason being is because before I even ascend and disconnect myself from you, I'm giving you the game from the jump,
Mm-hmm.
right? Rather it's going in one out the other. I'm giving you the game. You feel what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So if I have to come back and get you, in a sense, that's also me saying that, well, I'm lowering my frequency to come back and get, like, nah, you know what I'm saying? See where I'm at, right? And of course, you can ask questions. I don't mind assisting in imputing wisdom, but it's just like I said earlier about going to go talk to 10 therapists. You can go talk to 20 therapists all you want, but until you look yourself in the mirror and you say, it's time for me to do the work. You know what I'm saying? Then you will be able to ascend. Then, you know, shit, you know what I'm saying? That you know, that's why, you know, I want, like, even with me, I would want people to ascend back. Like when people say, man, I'm trying to get like you, don't get like me, be better than me.
Yeah.
Be better than me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm also, yeah, you know, people look at me as a teacher, but you know, I'm a student first. I love fucking learning.
Yes, me too.
I love fucking learning. So with me being a student, then I'm able to apply that knowledge and convert it into wisdom to not only be able to teach myself, but the people, places, and things around me. You know what I mean? So man, just the best thing I can tell you to do, man, is of course, if you know, if individuals are calling you to help, you know, you can give them the advice, you know, of course, whatever the case may be, but don't sell yourself short. Don't keep pouring from a glass that's half full. Fill your cup up first, and once it start overflowing, that overflow, now they can bring their cup in and get some of that juice.
Definitely.
So I probably answered your question on that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm glad.
Of course. I'm glad you locked in. I'm glad I'm glad you pressed that issue for me to come back in.
How often are these these gatherings, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so they're once a week. They're once a week. Since 2 weeks ago, I actually started doing twice a week. So now I'm doing like Tuesdays is question and answers, because I see the community, they be having a whole lot of questions that I can't get to when I do the regular community gatherings. So the regular community gatherings are on Wednesdays. And, you know, I go in for about an hour and a half on a specific topic. Then I open it up to the community. However, Tuesdays, it's just straight community. So, yeah, you know, normally I just do once a week. But like I said, I'm going to do my best to start doing twice a week.
Nice.
Yeah.
We appreciate all you do. As you see, we got this today. We're right behind you. So,
thank you. I appreciate you, Queen. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful night. All right.
Thank you.
All right. All right, y'all. Unfortunately, all right, y'all. Unfortunately, my phone is dying. You know, I've been shooting all day for the new website. Again, that junk is going crazy. So my phone is dying. So we got to get up out of here. Y'all know we're not gonna leave without prayer. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot of y'all. Hey, you know what I might do tomorrow? What I might do tomorrow is continue to question and answer tomorrow, because I see, man, y'all, it's over 76 questions right now, and it is over 23 people that want to join tonight. So what I'm gonna do is tomorrow, we can just do a question and answer tomorrow, and then of course next Wednesday we'll jump back into, you know, a specific topic, because it is something that I do want to talk about. I may just do it tomorrow. I'll just make sure my phone charged. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. However spirit guide us, then you know we're gonna lead. But however, I give honor and thanks to the powers that be that have put me in a position to obtain the knowledge that I have, to not just obtain the knowledge, but convert this knowledge into wisdom, to not only teach myself, but the people, places, and things around me. I send that same energy out to every being on this live, to every being that's in this community, to not only be able to obtain the knowledge that may have been spoken, but also be able to convert this knowledge into wisdom, to be able to teach not only themselves, but the people, places, and things around them. I also send nothing but health, wealth, peace, success, gratitude, and thankfulness to every being that's in this community, because I understand that without the community, there is no community. I also pray that every vibration, every frequency, and every word spoken tonight vibrated on the same frequency, far away from ego, but on the same frequency of love, life, power, and most importantly, truth. I give honor and thanks, and I speak life, power into the powers that be. Ashe, Asheyo, Amen, Hare Krishna, and all of the above that you shall subscribe to. Before I leave, I just got one more thing to say. I come as I am. I am who I am. Who I am not, I will never be. Love me for me, or do not love me at all. I am a great man, and I'm going to show you how great I am. I shall leave as I come. Peace.